What is going on? How is everybody feeling on Tuesday? We are rocking away. We are rocking away. I mean, come on, come on. Things are going very, very well here in the crypto space. Let's get into the day. Let's get into the market. I like to see how the Dow's doing just off the jump, just to kind of get a feel for the day and for the markets. See what's going on with the Dow. After that horrible collapse yesterday, the Dow down another 650 points again. Or did they stop it? It looks like they stopped trading. They halted trading for the Dow. Something weird is going on right now. I'm not getting any movement on the Dow. Why is the Dow not moving right now? I'm going to actually ask one of my friends. What's going on with the Dow? How come the Dow isn't moving? I start my live stream right now and the Dow is stuck. Well, what's going on? They halt trading? Like, what's going on with the stock market? What is going on, guys? Dollar index at the top of this. I could say it's in a bull flag with a double bottom. You see that? Or is it going to come back down to the bottom of this trend line? We will see. Strange that I can't get a reading on the Dow right now. I'll refresh my page, reload, then I'm going to do a Google search. It's kind of strange. What's going on, Who Knew? How you feeling, my friend? How was the day going for you, my buddy? Yo, so tell me about Yearn Cash a little bit here, and then I'm going to get further into it. What is the main purpose of Yearn Cash? Everyone watching this is Who Knew, my buddy who's creating his own cryptocurrency, similar in the DeFi space. And I just wanted to find out everything I could, so later on I could make a similar video like I did to the lock token or to CatX, and just kind of get into the nitty gritty of what makes it tick, you know? Okay. Now, if you're new to the group, please join the Telegram, Crypto Life for Trading. Awesome spot to be, awesome place to go. And we have a bunch of traders in there. Real world use case solution. Now, is it a utility token? Is it a DeFi token? What are we going to learn from it? What comes out of it? Just all these different questions come to mind. What made you want to create the token in the first place? ERC20 DeFi. Okay. What was your incentive to creating the token? Did you feel frustrated by a situation or a problem? Was there a solution that you felt needed to be created? All right. The $20 billion market, that's our goal. Amazing. I do want to, maybe, could we do a video chat though one day, like a private video chat? I'd like to sit down. Maybe we could record it and then I could edit pieces out, but I'd like to sit down and really just get into the nitty gritty of the coin. I feel like that's the best way me and you can get into it. If you guys want to join the Yearn Cash Telegram, this is it right here. Yearn Cash. I can stick the link actually right now. Let's see. There's a link. We copy that link. Put it here in this. U.S. cannabis market as well. Okay. Well, I'm proud that you're doing this, man, and that you're going in. Yearn Cash chat. So we got another group. I'll join that. I didn't realize you had more than one. Excellent. So cool. All right, anyway, let's get into the Bitcoin market and let's talk about Bitcoin. What a big day. You think everyone would be more excited? We have like a really big stream today. Interesting. I took 2 days off this weekend. I guess that's what happens, man. You take 2 days off, people forget all about you. So anyway, let's get into the day. We'll look at Bitcoin dominance because I think that still needs to be addressed. At 62.48, you can see that we had a clear rejection here at 62.75, and we came pretty close to it with a wick at 62.70, and then we came back down. So that tells me that we have obvious resistance here at 62.75 for the Bitcoin dominance. If we look at it in the 1 hour, it kind of is about to roll over, not looking strong at the very moment. Now let's look at it on the 2 hour, 4 hour. It's kind of had its moment. It's time. And also, if we take what we do is our target, we bring it up to here, and we can clearly see that we match our target there, right there. Boom. So target was hit, complete. Bitcoin dominance goes up to 62, basically 70, 75 area. But it's looking like it's going to fall over. Look at the daily. The daily strong too. It's had its momentum, its move. Eventually, this blue line will curve. We're also getting overbought. This is what I really like to see for the daily. So this is interesting as well. Now, interesting. Shout out to everyone on the live stream today. Give yourself a pat in the back. Really appreciate it. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Jump on in. Mo, let me know if you're here. We can go over what you're talking about. What's going on, David Lee? How you feeling, man? David, did you take any trades? Were you in any trades? Okay, so Bitcoin dominance looking really good for the altcoins. About to roll over on the daily, which looks good. Look at it on the weekly for a bigger time frame. Weekly still moving up, but there's a chance that could turn pink and we could change momentum. I'm really liking where it's at right now in the long scheme of things. What's going on, Muser? How you feeling, man? Did you guys get a notification today? It's just weird. Like, I feel like out of nowhere, stream just got dry, man. So dry. Honestly, I can't stream when no one's here. Like, it makes me just want to shut the computer off. I'm just like, I'm done. I go vibing off that energy. Without the energy, there's just nothing. There's nothing going on. You guys got one late? So dominance is looking really good for us, guys. We're in for a really good run. Let me build the picture why. 1 hour looks like it's rolling over, right? Blue line's about to cross. Didn't get much momentum. Bitcoin seems at the top. If it retests, it will fall back 11.2. No, it's not going to fall back. I'll show you what's going on with Bitcoin. I completely disagree with anything like 11.2. Completely disagree. And I'll show you why I disagree with that. 100%. 100% disagree. And it's okay. It's okay. That's why we all have our different groups, our different trading ideas, because we're not all, we don't all think the exact, and that's good to have that. You need to have friends that don't, even trading partners that have different ideas than you. Now, let me just show you. I'm going to go to Bitcoin on the 1 minute. And you'd say, oh, but the 1 minute means nothing, but it does. And I'll show you why it does. Because honestly, I've been looking at the 1 minute for a long time. Okay? And the 1 minute is the most chart that changes so fast, but it also it basically is where the trend begins and ends, you know? And if we go back to Bitcoin here on October 18th, which is now almost coming up on 10 days ago, okay? And we were sitting at the price of $11,400. Now, before this, Bitcoin was kind of making corrections. Every time we got up a little bit, we came down a little bit. We came up a little bit, we came down a little bit, right? Now look, lower, we had a higher low from here. Then we had a higher low from here. Then we had a higher low from here, higher low from here, higher low from here. Okay. Higher low, higher low. Now, I've been doing this with the 1 minute. This would have been and it was doing this even before this over here. This would have been the longest stretch of higher lows I had made literally in the last year. I'm telling you, you guys don't believe me, but I'm telling you, before Bitcoin would go up a lot faster and then retrace, and I would see way more movement on the 1 minute. This was the first time that I just kept repetitively higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. So I started looking at the big picture for Bitcoin. Okay, here's a little chop, more like it was going before, but again, it just continues higher low. These are higher, but you're going to see it eventually makes higher lows. Again. See, even these. Higher, higher. Here was that strange drop. I'll give it that. But that was the Dow tanking, in my opinion, right? So, doesn't hold. Or is a retrace. That was one retrace. But my whole point is, okay, so here, I'll give it some credit. Here, the higher lows are kind of slowing down. I don't want this. I keep hitting the plus sign, but so here the higher lows are slowing down. But in my opinion, I don't know, not really. Like, we got to go to the 5 minute now, and it just, to me, the buy pressure is so obvious on the small. When buy pressure is obvious on a small time frame, think about it. It's like you watch the tide. And the tide comes in over a few hours, you see that the tide has moved up. But the tide comes in little bit at a time, little bit at a time, little bit at a time. You see it, and actually if you stare at the tide in a couple minutes, you'll see that it has risen and risen. And that's when you know that the tide is coming in, like when those things change. Now, I'm telling you guys right now, Bitcoin breaking out of this bull flag that it was in here, while it was moving up as well. So consolidating on an incline, that's also something you want to see. There's consolidation on a decline, consolidation on a flat line, and consolidation on an incline. This consolidated on an incline. It defeated a day where the Dow toppled. It completely just shrugged off the Dow tanking. I said it was going to correct down to the bottom of the trend line. You know, and we were going to get 13,000. And honestly, that 12,741, I saw that. Yeah, it says a minute or two, but I watched the charts. We were at 12,850, and literally it flashed 740, flashed 780, flashed, and then it was over. They were literally seconds. It's not like the price went down there, hung out, came down, you know, did something, stayed there on the 5 minute candle. No, this took seconds. Seconds. And I was saying all day yesterday that 1290, 12,900 was a buy. I said it like 7 times on the live stream. It was the first thing I started with the channel. I said, damn, I'd like to get it. And I looked at it and I said, well, it usually takes a couple candles and each one, and we were on the 4 hours. So I was like, oh, it's going to take us 8 hours maybe to get back down here. I didn't know we were going to get that flush right down. And then look, we bounced right back up and now we're in a flag on the 15 minute, right? So we're flagging on the 15 minute. So it tells you we already have consolidation. And look at the size of the buy wicks below here. It tells you that people are buying it. The buy pressure is insane. There's serious buy pressure. I'm truly sticking with the idea here that the Dow in bad shape is not good, and it could flush people into Bitcoin. Is the Dow not on right now? What is the ZZ? BS social swap. ZZ. You're sleeping? This is making you sleep? This is boring? I don't know. Anyway, so we have our bull flag right here, right, for Bitcoin. Now we move to the 1 hour. The 1 hour has made a move. Could be a slight pullback. We are oversold. Overbought. The 4 hour, let's check on the 4 hour. The 4 hour is about to rip though, and we're not even oversold yet. These lines look diverse, like they're going to cross, and the green line's going to go up with the DI. So the ADX and DI look nice. We have a cross right here, and we just boomed out of a bull flag. And there's my target of the bull flag. Is sitting there at 14,989. I believe there will be a correction, but I think it's way after 14,000. So I say you still hang out here. Thank you, David. I appreciate that. I think we still hang out here, and we boom up. And dominance doesn't look like it's going to go up too. So there's a chance that Bitcoin goes up a little bit and we start taking some altcoins with it. Now, in my experience in the last bull run, coins would all start going up together with Bitcoin. ADA would go up, Bitcoin would go up, Stellar Lumens would go up, Monero, like all these coins would go up together, honestly. Most of the large caps, then you'd have these little caps flying off the chain and the mid caps doing crazy things like the day after, or there'd be some flood in that night or the afternoon. And then there's just coins just doing their own thing all over the place, you know, and that was just how it is in a bull market. You're going to see the sentiment change. A good trader was like, yeah, there's going to be a pullback. That was right back in the choppiness as we were moving up. But when the market cycle changes to a serious bear market, the pullbacks will be less few and far between, and when they happen, they won't be as big. What's up with Plug Power, says my friend Chris. We could check Plug. Plug took a hit yesterday. Let's go look at Plug for you real fast. It's a newbie in the game here coming in. Plug Power at 1484. Now, Plug Power looks a little bit like Bitcoin in a bull flag, but see, in a descending bull flag. But it's about to pop on the 4 hour. Also oversold down here. Also, what I see is called hidden bullish divergence. We have a swing low to a swing low here. We have a swing low to a swing low here. Today would be a great day to buy Plug Power. 1484. I'm going to call it. And it's going to go to 1890. That's going to be my call for Plug Power. Bigger time frame even. I have, let's see. Length of this to the price. Make it more apparent. So it says we can get all the way up to 2166 for Plug Power. So bullish on Plug Power. Not really sure what's going on with the market though. Is the market closed today? Is today a market holiday? Why is the Dow not moving? Why is the Dow stuck? How come the Dow Jones isn't moving today? I need some answers here. We're gonna Google Dow. Paused? Like, what's going on? Is TradingView offline? So it's saying it's down 28 points today. NASDAQ, Dow. So strange. So TradingView is messing up right now? Like, what's going on with TradingView? This is strange. I've never had this happen to me. Yep. Dow is open, Cigar 1013. Yeah, but how come TradingView's Dow isn't working? This is really weird, man. Dow Jones Industrial Average, right? It's like stuck. Very strange. Anyway, wasting time. What we need to focus on, but this is pretty weird. Guys, that's too loud for me. It's way too loud. Please. Hello? Sorry, my wife has friends over banging things around. Okay, so should we buy the VIX? Well, I think the UVXY is what you want to buy, which is ProShares Trust Ultra VIX future ETF, right? So this would be the move, the UVXY at 18 right now, sitting low. Honestly, we're seeing it here on the daily, has a cross on the daily right now after bouncing off of some oversold region. So telling you that there's incentive to short the market right now. Just quitting Discord now. Okay. So what trades were you guys in? What was going on last night? Who's making moves? What's going on? You guys seem dead in the water and dry. Like, what's going on with my lifers, man? What is going on with my lifers? Bitcoin's booming. Everyone doesn't seem to be so excited about it. I don't know. DREP looked good. Did you take DREP? Let's see. Bitcoin booming now. 1314. Yeah, there's something going on with the TradingView connection to the Dow Jones right now, which is upsetting me because now, so the Dow's up $4. To me, that's not great, right? And Bitcoin up way bigger. Monday's market sell-off marked a sustainable bottom, and stocks could trend higher from here. Fund strats. He says that a lot, and I did hear that from a lot of analysts. I saw that from somebody yesterday, but I just wanted to chart the Dow to kind of give a look at it, right? Also, that plug power, which is plug 1487, Tesla moving 424. Tesla's in a really nice place in a bull flag, about to have a cross on the daily as well with pink with the blue line curving. Tesla's a really nice play right now. Sell Tesla at 700 for a gain of 66%. So I really like Tesla right here at 424. Trading dot all week, waiting to get back in. Okay, so what coins for the bull run, right? Bitcoin looking really nice. Let's see. I just want to see, do we have a retrace coming after this pump? I think we're going to get all the way higher up. But if we look at the daily, we are starting to get spent. 4 hills in the daily, and we're very overbought. So if I was in a Bitcoin trade, I may close half, or I'd start putting my stop loss up 13,000, something like that. If I got in like where I was earlier, 12.2. 11.9, something like that. Now here's the 12-hour doing healthy, may get a bump off, right? Now about to curve on the 8-hour, 6-hour, and the 4-hour look very healthy. So it's telling you that, before that daily wants to cross, we got a little more of a pump coming. A little more of a pump. And let's see. Let's see the last pump. Let's see how long that last pump took as we kind of moved out. We're right here now. So 2 days and 8 hours, and Bitcoin was up another about 11%. So I say I'm making a call that we get over 14,000, 14.5, 14.4, and Bitcoin doesn't have a lot of resistance there because Bitcoin hasn't been in the 14,000 region too long. Yeah, dominance is going to give the alt some life. There you go. Dominance is in a good spot. Looks like it's going to fall over. Only thing I worry about is if Bitcoin pumps again. You have to remember the newbies control this market as well as institutions, but the institutions make the newbies do stuff. And what they're going to do is they're going to pump Bitcoin, and you're going to see a lot of young bucks and newbies sell their alts for Bitcoin because they're going to FOMO in. It's going to wreck a lot of the trades for more experienced traders. It really will. It really will. And that's just kind of how it works. It's kind of weird, and it's true. BNB doing well. I'm up now finally about 3.9% on my BNB buy. I'm just, you got to hold BNB during a bull run. When Bitcoin pumps, BNB pumps. People are buying BNB to get Bitcoin. And if we look at it on the 4-hour, we can clearly see that we have a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder playing out. How do you get your target of a head and shoulder? Pull the neckline to the head, bring it out over here. Coincides with the other line of resistance here that we're hitting at 33.35. So, which would hit this same line. And once we break out of there, it's almost looking like we're in a very large, complex head and shoulders in a way. Like head, shoulder, with just multiple shoulders moving up. All we need to do is see that break 33, actually 33.38. We break that level there, and we're off to back to this new line here at 35. So I'm riding this trade up till around 35, 36, and then I'm going to see what I can do with that. Put $1,500 in at around 30.95 actually. So was underwater for a bit. I'm still in synthetics. We guys, I don't know if we made a trade as a group recently. You guys put it on my radar, and I got in. My stop loss down here at 325. Just holding it. I'm able to hold coins now more too, which is telling me that the bull run is becoming a little hotter. Yeah, if I'll show you where I'm at right now, we got 4,475 in MONERO. Just a play. It was a play where I knew I was going to make a little change on my savings. It's kind of a savings account holding MONERO, in my opinion. And I'll show you the chart on MONERO and why I'm so bullish. And then we go from there. I got synthetics, but I got it 2 days ago. Been holding it down 1.6%. Not a big deal, $20. I got some Stellar Lumens. Feeling they might pump. I got $2,500 worth of Stellar. The reason being is I sold a lot of Stellar back at $9 that I got for $2 back at 9 cents. I got it for 2 cents like years and years ago. Sold it in the March bear market there, March of 2018 in that region. And then I have some MONERO, another MONERO move for 830, which is up 7.4%. So I basically doubled down into MONERO, you know. So I basically have a holding of around $5,400 in MONERO, around there, right? 800 plus the 475, and then I'm holding a 536 position in OMG. That's down 5%, down $20, and then I got a position in BNB that is now up 57 bucks, 3.6%. I put $1,500 in there. Kind of break even if you can see the back and forth of a few of these. So 57, 62, 110. Add that was 154, and then I'm down about 20, 30, 50, and another 30, 80, and then the 69 is really kind of, that's 140. So I'm basically at break even, really. This is just a gimme trade here. $100 I put in October in hot coin. Really nothing to think about. It says it's down $100, but how when I put $100 and I'm down 70%? Anyway, we'll figure that out at another time. We have, I'm not worried about it. We have Balancer. I thought I nailed the bottom on Balancer on a triple bottom with bullish divergence. Shows you that, you know, no matter how good your TA is, things can just go against you. We could take a look at Balancer. Maybe time to buy it, honestly. Down 69. Honestly, willing to cut this trade off at one point. Only put $700 in, and I'm down $69. So it's kind of whack. That's my threshold, really. But at this point, I'm like, what's the point of selling it when I can just see if this bull run will kind of, you know, in the next couple weeks, will the bull run take it? Unless I see something I really want that $75 for. So it all depends on how, you know, the 750, you know, I want to get it. It all depends if I want to take the loss or not. And that's how I'm looking at that. Oh my God. Anyway, so we took care of Bitcoin. We took care of Bitcoin dominance. Let's look at band. Is it time to get into band, right? Why would it be a time to get into band? I'm sitting in BNB, Bitcoin, DOT, Uni, ETH, and in the green. Jesse, that's awesome to hear. I really like to hear that. You're doing well, man. You're doing well. You have a group of people that you can bounce ideas off of in the trading group. You have other trading groups as well, which you can take that information and then you can center it back here with a smaller group of people. I really like the small group. I feel like it gives us incentive to learn. It also keeps us more honest, right? Like the smaller group kind of makes you, in a bigger group, you can say things, do whatever you want. Not whatever you want, but you know, you can kind of just like come in and out. But in the smaller group, like you have to kind of like give more. Like we want to see your charts. We want to see your ideas. Like I feel like it's a more disciplined learning. Like people want to know more about you and your ideas in the smaller group. Hey, making hella gains watching the Crypto Lifer. Thank you so much, D-Stu. I really appreciate that, man. That's what it's all about. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Now here we see, look, band in a giant kind of a head and shoulders, right? Look, here's the head, shoulder, 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 shoulder. Really seeing more head and shoulders than I ever thought recently. To me, pretty bullish. Also in a falling wedge though, right? You could say kind of something like this. We fell out, came back down. We're bottoming on the RSI multiple times. To me, this is bullish divergence because we have a swing low to a swing low here. But they go up here. And that's on the 4 hour, right? Bottom of the trend line. At the very least, looks like you could ride band back to the top of the trend line for a nice 10% gain to 623. I really didn't think we were going to go below 6 again. Yeah, lots of head and shoulders for him, for sure. Here's another one here, shoulder, head. Actually, now that's getting lower than that one, so no. But that gives you the bullish divergence as well. If we can get past there, we can get up and then all the way back to that level of 739. And that would be where you'd want to take profits, see what happens to the band after that. You can see clearly 1, 2, 3. we will have some resistance there at 739, 740 area. Let's look at the 1 hour for band. 1 hour for band, not total, it's like secret divergence, right? It's not complete divergence, but it's a bit of secret divergence. We're also getting across here on the 80XDI, which is telling you that's the time to buy. Let's look at the 80XDI. What is it? What goes on with it? So this is the 80XDI below me. I've talked about it before. But what it does, it's kind of hard to use all three of these, but I'll shrink the RSI and then we'll look at the 80XDI. So what it does is essentially you should be buying whenever the green line crosses the red line. So like right around here, the green line crossed the red line, it went up. It wasn't the best indicator here on the 1 hour. It needs to be used with some other things. But like here, the price goes down, the red line crossed the green line right there, and the price started to go down. And you don't want to buy until you see the green line crossing the red line again, which you see right here. And it is kind of like a lagging front-running indicator in a way, similar to a MACD in some ways. But this is curving up, the green line curving. It's kind of a good incentive. Look at it on the 30-minute. We have a cross 2 here. Last time we had a cross was right like a clean green cross. Yeah, definitely like back in here. So it's going to call these. Looks like a little bit of a double bottom fractal too. We got a little bit of a double bottom here. Kind of hitting its target though. And we are hitting the 200-day moving average. I'm just trying to position myself into band. I like band. I just want to see, you know, I'm almost like tempted just to stick with Bitcoin. What's up, SSP? What's going on, man? Thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate that. Shout out to everyone here in the group. Chris Conlon, BS Social, Sigor11013, Hadouken, XRP Muser, Jesse B, D Stu, David Lee, SSP, Who Knew? Everybody. Really appreciate it. Guys, Who Knew is making his own coin. It's called Yearn Cash. Okay? Yearn Cash. He's the first person I know that's making his own coin. I'm painting. Oh, that's awesome, dude. Nice job, too. It's clean. No mat, though? Wow, you're bold. No mat on the floor? Just going hard? I need some mat. Wow. It's from all the practice. I get the edges right from the divergence. That's funny. So Yearn Cash chat. Awesome place to be. Stay tuned. To be part of the future. So this is Yearn Cash, man. Pretty cool that someone I know is creating a coin. We're going to get into it. I'm going to interview him. We're going to talk a lot about Yearn Cash, what it's about. You can get it on Uniswap soon. He already has the contract made. It's pretty cool to watch it come into fruition. We have Yearn Cash Warriors too. We can join that. A lot of nice things about to come. Stay tuned for part of the future. This was today. So this week, maybe next week, we got the domain running, professional and upgrade, the complete white paper in a full professional design. Pretty cool, man. Yearn Cash, man. They're going to do it right from the jump. About Yearn Cash. Yearn Cash aims to be the cryptocurrency of the people in an industry by the people for the people. Yearn Cash's intention is to be adopted for use as a P2P payment system, which gives the power back to the people and to solve real-world problems faced daily. Besides that, it also uses latest technological advances such as DeFi and is completely open to integration of the future industry developments, sharding, Quantic Tech, and others to come. 1 week ago from our members to buy Yearn Cash. So you can buy Yearn Cash if you become a member right now. You can get 6 Yearn for 1 ETH. And after that, when it goes to Uniswap and all that, it will be a 1-to-1 ratio. In 1 more week from now, technically 6x your money on the low. So that's something that's only being offered kind of to us, small group of people. So let me know, guys. I'm definitely going to throw an ETH at Yearn Cash. I don't see why not. Take a shot on it, you know? I'll tell you when I do. I have not done it yet. I've been busy and just moving funds around. But I'll tell you when I do. See, he helps me out. Look, like, subscribe, and watch and learn. And he hooks me up, man. He hooks me up to 154 of his members. He's throwing it out there. So shout out to Who Knew. Really appreciate the support, the love. And yeah, man. He's also given me some good trades. He's the one who put cake on my radar, got me into cake. Got me into trading cake. All right, so the incentive to buy the band. Let's look at the band bottom here on the 1 minute, and we'll see we got some strong divergence. I'm going to shrink the ADX and DI now and get to my old school skill. Strong divergence. Now, who knew was the man, dude? I'm happy that you also know who knew through the rooms. So here we clearly see swing low to swing low, but this is a nice swing high. That's like exaggeratedly bullish divergence. So there, that goes there right there. And that's amazing. So that tells me that is a pretty good bottom, right? And now we're back here again at the oversold region, 561 for band. You know, it'll pump with Bitcoin. And once Bitcoin pumps, it'll pump nicely. 1334. Now Bitcoin doing a bull flag again. I think we have a pullback coming, like Who Knew says, but I just feel like we're going to get up to like 14, 14.9, get rejected by 15, something like that, and then we'll come back down to 13K. Look how strong 13K held for us. That was the first time we went through a number that gave us that much support so far. But even in the small time, usually when we go through 10 and we're back at 9.4. We go through 10, we're back to 9.7. Like, you know, and everyone was crying for that 9.6 CME gap. I was one of the only YouTubers who kind of just disregarded that CME gap. It says, you know what? 95% of them get filled. That means 5% don't, man. And that's 1 out of 20, right? 20 times 5 is 100. So, I don't know, man. I don't buy it. 13.8 needs to break. 18K after that is suddenly not a strange target anymore. No, not at all. 18.8 even, you know? And again, we go to the big picture. When I show the big picture, I mean, Bitcoin is still, when I go to my bigger time frames here, my 12-hour, my dailies, right? And we take either triangle we want. We could take this one, or we could take the bigger one. But either triangle that I make, it was scary. There was a time when I had the weekly. We were right here, and the weekly looked like we were going to turn. And I was like, dang, you know. I am a little worried. We're oversold on the daily here, and we're making some high highs in the MACD. You know, when the MACD gets this far above the equator, it's also similar to the RSI being overbought. Like you have an overbought MACD, similar. But the FOMO was real. The FOMO was real. The pump is real. Can't even explain why we pumped so hard. Could have been Asia. You know, what was the real reason for this pump this morning? I just think it's buy pressure, man. A lot of buy pressure. So as long as the RSI can reset as we go sideways, this will be great incentive for things to keep moving forward throughout this bull run. And for the, you know, temporary short term, all we have to say is bull run, bull flag, target, and it's going to hit the target until we see rejection of some point. There's huge institution. Retracement 12.5, 12.3, lowest target 11.2. I see what you're saying, like possible lowest. I just don't see, hey, anything is possible with Bitcoin. But look, we have strong resistance here. A strong support here. Yeah, you're right. 11.5, 11.2. And then we have some resistance here at 12,000. We also have, or support, you could say, support at 12,460. This region is going to hold up because look how much chop. The more chop you have, the harder it will be for us to go through that as well. Today, the biggest transaction ever happened. 1.5 billion value in Bitcoin transferred. Do you have a link to that? Could you send me a link to that? It's going to keep happening. We're going to start seeing record-breaking moves, you know? That was yesterday. Well, thanks for letting me know. Breaking 70,000 evacuating California. Wow. That's crazy. El Paso, Texas judge issues 2-week curfew to stem the surge of COVID-19 cases. So now they're doing the curfews again. Locking people down. Whatever. Now it gets political. It's getting crazy. You can't have conversation even about COVID anymore. You say the wrong thing about COVID, someone thinks you're a supporter of some candidate that you don't even know about because some ideal is associated with your idea, but you don't even know that. Like, I spent so much time in the coins, man. Luckily, I took profits on my Bitcoin short at 12.8. Wow, you got damn lucky, honestly. You did say you were going to short. Remember, I was like, yo, don't short ETH, man. But hey, you got it. You were right. 418 to 408. It made your day. Now 401. What's up with ETH, man? ETH just falling off compared to Bitcoin, man. You know that FOMO is real. That FOMO for Bitcoin is too real, right? Let's take a look at. So last but not least, am I going to make a buy on BAND? That's my idea here. That's what I'm honing in on for you guys, for me. I know you all want to know, is it a good time to get into BAND or not? At 555, BAND just took a bit of a fall. Wow, BAND in the last few minutes just fell completely out of this. So we would have put BAND like this. Kind of makes me realize a good way to get into BAND is to keep trying the bottom of trend lines with tiny, tiny stop losses. Like you get in for 1,300 with a 1% stop loss and lose 13 bucks and just try it over and over again. Now buying BAND there, see, the 1 minute oversold is almost a golden opportunity to make at least 1%. At least. Had I been on my P's and Q's. Look, there's two. We can see in 2 minutes, you're already up 1.3%. A 10K scalp would have made you $100 in 2 minutes. What's up, Dehan? Hey, everyone. This is Dehan. Really cool guy. He's an engineer, really smart. We had a nice, screen share session once. Really got to know him for an hour. Guy's awesome, man. Really positive, smart, disciplined dude. Love to have him around. Thank you, Dehan, for coming into the group. I really appreciate it. And look at that V-shaped recovery, man. Boom. That was your time to buy BAND. Oversold yet again, right? 560, 561. I'm liking BAND here. I kind of want to start making a position into BAND. It's going to be a small position that I'm building here at 561. I just feel like anywhere near 5, even if it goes back to 480, you know what? BAND should have got in on that oversold bounce, but we're about to have a cross too. We get back into the pattern, and this looks like it could actually move. We do see the 21 and the 200 on the 1 minute kind of having a little bit of an issue, but we have strong support that we bounced off of right around here. You say we didn't even get to it. We're at resistance now. BAND needs to break, but 560, man, I like it. I like it. Let's look at the 4 hour. About to have a nice pop too. So the 4 hour looks good. We'll look at Cody right after this. I think I'm going to make a move into BAND. So BAND at 562.48. Set my take profit. We'll risk 5% on 1100. And we're aiming to get to the top of the trend line at least at 625. At the very least. I may change my whole scenario on that, but that's at the very least. So we'll try 561.99, 561.50, 562 on the evens. Price is swinging around a little bit. We'll try 562.30. I'll go 562.30. I like to go between the bid and the ask. I could look at the order book and try to get the proper order, right? You think it would change if you hit the order book? You should be able to hit the order book. Like, look, I should be able to hit the order book, and the order book should flow in just like, just like in Binance. I guess it's giving you the best spread it can right now. It's trying to fill them in for you. You know? 5% stop loss. Should be a $65 risk, which is nice at 534, you know? And we'll look at band now. The other day I said so we really do want to be below the trend line here, but honestly, we're going up. If this comes back down, then that's not really what I'm playing here. So I'm playing this double bottom going back up. So if it starts to go even below here at 551, it's starting to kind of negate my idea. And if it gets this low, you know what? The trade's a wrap. So it's going to be fighting the bottom here. And then I can look at it again and maybe get back in a wick or something's going on. So it should be crossing and moving up. If it doesn't move up from here, then my intuition on the trade isn't correct. And then I can get out of the trade. So I don't even need to be below the bottom of the trend line here because it shouldn't even be going back down. I'm playing this idea here, that we're right around here and we're going to keep moving up. Just trying to get that 10% to the top of the trend line. Then I can reconvene, reorder my idea, and go from there. So band is the play right now for me. Under $6, honestly, is a steal for band for me. We'll try to take the 61.96 and we'll create the trade for band. Remember, it always tries to default you to a market sell. Switch that to a limit. And we just put our position in for band. Whoa. Something's going on. Take profit should be at 10%, not at 0.2. I don't know how that happened. We'll look back to the chart for band. Take profit should be around 626. So I'll go 625. We'll save that. That was a bit odd. There we go. Trying to play that the bid and the ask. We'll see if I can get down to 6196. All right. Probably maybe the only trade I make today. Let's look at Cody. Let's look at Cody right now. Cody at 3.4. Okay. Now, similar thing going on as Cody for band. Separate it from its previous place here and just look at this. I guess Muser mentioned we got a little bit of a is it a retest or is it something like this maybe? Shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder. Here we clearly see the bullish divergence, especially on the 4 hour. When it's that apparent on the 4 hour, wow. So 2.8 was your time to shine. Anywhere in there, maybe on the next rung here, even when I get above the 21-day moving average. But where are we at now? 20% gains already. But the 4 hour is about to roll down. And so obviously you may have some more red coming, right? Something like this. See how we have red, red, red. We just had our cross, so we got to wait to see what happens. But definitely a good time to start spying on it. Good call on that, Muser. We could say it's in a rising wedge, which is a 68% chance of a break to the downside. So that's the only thing, right? But it should come back up to the top of the trend line at 37 at least. We'll see. This is interesting. Let's delete it. Go back to the 12 hour. Let's look at the big picture. Now, the 12 hour says we're about to curl over. So remember that. It's not that healthy, right? You would love it if the daily was healthy. But the daily isn't. The daily says you already had 2 big green cones. You know? Like, I'm going to show you why I'm so bent on MONERO and why I keep telling you guys what's going on. Number one, MONERO has had quite a run up, right? But it's probably somewhere right here, like comparatively, on its run. It has more to go, and I'll explain what's up with MONERO. But anyway, Cody, now you do see a double bottom here. So let's just make our lines of support and resistance. So there you go. And now we also have Fibonacci retracement that we could pull on that. And to me, it's retraced basically to the 886, you know, bouncing very close off the 886 and the 786. So it's a whole 88% retracement from the highs. Obviously a good place to accumulate, Cody. But what worries me is the daily. 2 hills on the daily. Yeah, Yeah, but we're not overbought though. So we have 2 hills on the daily. Do we have another hill? Does it explode? That's just, you know, something to think about, right? Look at the 3-day. 3-day is about to have a cross for what we got. Good morning, my friend. Cake back to 50 cents. What's up, Malaya? How you feeling, my friend? Hope your day is going wonderful. Let's look at the 1 hour now. 1 hour says you may get a scalp, right? You may get a little scalp action out of it. Maybe back up to here, to 377. And if you get past the 377, you can get back up to here to previous support resistance, or even here at this line at 3.9. And if you can break, see, what you really need to do is get to 4.4, and then it's off to the races. But you can gap yourself back up here to 5. I do like Cody. They have a lot of news. Again, you see the head and shoulders pattern playing out here. But I don't like the daily right now. But the 1 hour and the 4 hour look all right. 1 hour and the 4 hour look all right. 4 hour tells you have a little more pain to go, though, before it's time to get in. But that's, so I don't like Cody too much at the moment, but maybe in a few hours it will look better. But it looks like a possible play. Like, I'd much rather like this. I'd rather start looking at DOT and start getting in out of DOT, because DOT's now forming a new trend. You can see this is a long trend. It's formed a new trend. DOT is just going to start making its moves. You know, DOT's right now in a better place than Cody. Man, it's getting overbought, though, as well. 1 hour looks pretty good. 1 hour says you might get one more pump. One hour is about to pump a little bit, right? It's giving you a bull flag. Up to 538. I mean, that ain't chump change. That's a decent move. 12, about 12%. 12.5%. Let me look at one. I like one. Let me get a look at one. Haven't talked about it in a while as well. Yeah, this looks good. 12.5% coming out on the 1 hour. 4 hour doesn't look great though. 4 hour tells us, that may be it. That was a nice pump we've had, honestly. Think about it. We started at $4, went all the way basically to 492, 496. It hit on a high. So, 25% gains in a day. Look at the last time it did that. Right here, came down. Last time it did an up like that, came down. Remember, this is a big market coin. It takes a lot to move it. So once it has a move like that, it probably will cool off. I still think we'll be able to get it back here at 450, 455, maybe one last time, or even touch this here at 457, this area here. So I'm waiting for a little pullback in DOT till I look at it again. But that's my plan. Think about it. We went all the way up to 445. No one thought if I said that there, you said, "Oh, I'm gonna wait to get back down at 380." You guys would have said I was out of my mind, or even here at 381. But it did. It did. What if it went all the way up here? When it went all the way up to 535, and I said, I'm gonna wait to get it back down at $4 again. You guys would have said, "No, he's crazy." Because the euphoria blinds you from the truth, right? And you just got to look at the chart, man. It never goes up straight up. And after a big move like that, it's going to correct probably back down to 460 at least. That's my opinion. I could be completely wrong, but that's what makes the most sense to me when I look at the chart. Okay. Nano. I've been really focused on Nano. And why? Because that 4 hour, man, it's only a matter of time till it pops. And now we're looking at some, in my opinion, some hidden bullish divergence as well. We can take this swing low. We shouldn't do that, but we can take this swing low here. This one. Bring it to this swing low there. And then we can take this swing low and bring it to this swing low. And they don't match. It tells me there's hidden bullish divergence. Okay? I'm really liking it here. Now, the daily has 3 hills and is going to roll over, which is weird, right? But the 4 hour, man, that 4 hours, it's only a matter of time till it breaks out of this. And it's kind of in a bull flag wedge with hidden bullish divergence. So just something on my radar that I keep looking at is Nano. No one's talking about it either. 82 cents for Nano. If it even just makes it to the top of the pattern one more time, maybe a 5% gain, and then more. Back up here to 94. I'm not making a play on it yet. It just, before I make plays, I look at something for a couple days. I start bringing it into my radar. Nimic, which I've brought up a few times on the channel and talked about. Nimic, dude, making some big moves. Would have been a nice scalp earlier today. The 15-minute. Wow. So just in the last 4 hours, 25% for Nimic. Damn. It's like, how do we miss it? How do we miss it? Definitely said NIO was that buy down there. Well, it fell out of the chart, but came back up. Something's going on with the connection to the main TradingView is doing something funny today. It's not giving me the regular market numbers. I don't know. I have no idea why. Always something. Here we go. Here we go. They're starting to move now. Okay, so the Dow now is starting to take a hit. So let's look at the Dow. So the Dow opened. Let's look at the Dow. Here's the 27th. Dow opens about 9:30 on the 27th, right there. So the Dow opens, had a big move up, 27, but then it came all the way down, 27.5. Came up again, now it's down. So now the Dow is still looking bearish. Still looking bearish. What kind of news are they trying to tell us for the Dow? They're always trying to make up an excuse. U.S. stocks flat after Monday's sell-off as focus turns to corporate earnings. Conference Board October consumer confidence headline slides. Jobs outlook softened. Stocks take mixed direction in early U.S. session as early dent Dow tech boost NASDAQ. October consumer confidence index seen likely to rise, at least 103 analysts. NASDAQ rise as earnings take center stage. Interesting. But there you go, man. We finally got the information. I don't know what was taking so long for us to get the information on the Dow. Making a bit of a double bottom there in the 1 minute, though. Bitcoin's still in this nice bull flag, doing really well. Bit of a double bottom as well. No divergence there, really. Nothing to see, but doing well. Being held up by the 200-day moving average, which always holds as support. And as you can see, that's where it's time to kind of rip again. It gets away from it. But remember, we were talking about this yesterday. I think we were looking here at this little flag, and we said how it gets away, but eventually pulls that moving average up back to the price again. And that's very, very bullish, guys. Also see the 21-day moving average crossing again, not wanting to cross the 200. Very bullish on the 1 minute. You know, they're all microcosms of each other. Even though it's a small time frame, the same scenario plays out in larger time frames. Here we have the price bouncing off the 21-day moving average. We do like, the price likes to touch that. You don't want to see the price too far away. So you knew once we were up here at 13.5, you can always sell, man. You can always sell with confidence. Look, you can always sell with confidence. If you can, I can take my finger. If I can put my thumb on the screen and the white line, I'm using it now, but if the white line is a thumbnail away from the price, you can always sell with confidence. So that's just something to think about, right? Right here, the white line was a thumbnail away, right around here. You know that the price will come meet the white line. And if it's that far away, then they both have to kind of come towards each other. So when you're down here in the white line and the price is this far away, that's huge. And that only happens, look, when you're this far here too. This is where you can maybe assume that you can maybe delete a stop loss for a second and it'll elastic. Because if you get that far away from the white line, you should bounce back. Then you can cut the trade off. It's crazy ideas of a veteran trader, but look here. At no time when you get that far away from the white line does price not get back to it. Here would have been a great place to sell Bitcoin. Price will get back to it. Here would have been a great place to sell Bitcoin. Price will get back to it. Even here, when it got a little far away, price will get back to it. So you can always, don't use your emotions when you're selling and trading. Interesting. Bitcoin will 45x. These people are trying to say. So crazy. Yeah, who knew? Bitcoin dominance is climbing again. OMG. Who knew? Stake one. Double bottom on one Harmony. We should be staking one. So Bitcoin looks like it's about to pump pretty hard out of this mini bull flag on the 15-minute. Look, pink, curving. And if we just took this, look at if you just played the 15-minute, they say it's nothing. But let's just say if we bought the biggest crosses here. Here was in the pink, the blue line crossed. You got into Bitcoin here and rode it up 1.8%. With 10x leverage, it's 18% gains, right? Here again, blue line crossing, right? Doing its thing. Oversold as well, which made it even better. And there's bullish divergence because you have a swing high up here, but you have a swing low down here. Boom. And boom, just to make it perfectly clear. And there's your buy zone, as you can see, because this is going up. Well, that is going down. If it'll let me put my line. Jeez. Trading view. This thing gets me messed up every time, these invisible markers that come back up. So then boom. I'm just showing you why I'm confident right now about this play. And that's actually, if we even adjusted it, because it went sideways, but you never really had a cross till up here. There's 5%. With 10x leverage, that's 50% gain, right? At 12,800 play. And now we're having it again. Like, okay, pink turned into red, but we're curving, and we're going to watch this and see what happens with it. Will it fall out of the pattern? If not, if it does, if it doesn't. But it's looking bullish to me, right? That would be another cross. And that cross would basically be the incentive for this bull flag to play out. And to pin Bitcoin back up here at 13,800. Achieving that previous, very close to that all-time high, that all-time short-term high of last June of 2019. So I'm very bullish on Bitcoin right now till I'm not, right? Till something switches up. This is looking very, very good. Mentioned about Bitcoin dominance. Let's just take a quick look at that. 62.51 is starting to make a big head up. Let's look at it on the 1 minute. On the 1 minute is beefed up. Oh no, that's not the daily. On the 1 minute, we have some action here, breaking above the 200-day moving average. We also see the 21 curving up. Soon we'll see the 50 cross the 200. There's another spike there in dominance. So it could tell you it could be tough. There'll be some select alts that will go up. That's why Monero is really holding tight. That's why I like Monero right now, because Monero is just seems to be in a position where dominance isn't affecting it as much as it was before. You know? BNB doing really well, though. BNB doing really, really well. So, we wanted to look at OMG, and Cake. Look at Cake at 47. Cake had a nice morning, nice day yesterday. 32 all the way up to 52, making 20 cents on 32. I mean, huge gains. That's 60% gains, right? Let's look at it on the 4 hour. The 4 hour just had a cross. A lot of buy pressure there, though. Definitely was that oversold buy there. Now we're kind of where we're at. Interesting spot. Delete my old work because that was an old trade that did not play out. Interesting spot we're at. Coming back up to previous resistance and support. Now you can see this is a level of buying and selling that seems to have taken place here. This area here. And we're in that area. We need to break out. And then we could definitely gap up to 65. So Cake just does some crazy swings. I almost advise not to trade it because it swings ridiculously. I have to mention that. Like, you could be up 120 and 10 minutes later you're like up $60. Then you're up 120, 60. The swings are outrageous. A lot of wicks, see? So if you want to play it, just remember that it may be tumultuous, but it could also render you a big gain. 1 minute about to have a cross. After it's in this pretty strange pattern that pretty hard to kind of understand what it is. I guess you could say it's in a falling wedge. Like that. It's at the bottom of the trend line. It's where you want to buy. I like cake because I'm doing farm. Can you explain what you're doing though? Can someone teach us how to farm, man? Cake. You can move with a few people if you really want. Look at the sell order book. Interesting. So why don't we all go into cake right now? Who wants to go into cake? Say I. Who will do it? I will do it. Who else wants to do it? I'll put 5K in cake right now. I'll sell all my MONERO and we'll go into cake. It's up 8% already though. It's one of the gainers. Let's look at Binance and see what's up for the day on Binance. So CTK up 92%, whatever that is. We'll have to find out what that is. IQ up 39%. CRV up 20. CRV continuing its tear, up 20%. And Cake, there it is, up 15%. Cake in the top 3. Cream, Ant, Vidit up 10%. EVX, ORN, Sushi making a move, back up 9%. Will Sushi reclaim its old highs back into the $4 range? YFI up 79%. Comp up. Dot Bird. What is BIDR? So many pairs now. I don't even know it all. Sushi. SRM. Okay. So we got some action today. Some double-digit action. Things seem to be all right. Bitcoin holding that 13.4 region. Look for it to break out of this bull flag or come right back down to 13,333, which is interesting, right? That 15-minute turning pink again with that incentive to move. I'm sticking to my prediction here. Bitcoin going up. 14,989. What's great about this is just put a stop loss right there. 13,293. They may wick you out, so maybe get down here just to be safe. 13,243. And boom, dude. You don't have to risk a lot to trade Bitcoin. That's why I like it. Especially in a bull run. Like, you could put 10 grand in it and only risk 100, 200 bucks with a deep stop loss, you know? It can be, yeah, it's not as like, oh, I'm not going to triple X and all that stuff. But you know what? I mean, I made some big trades in the last couple weeks on Bitcoin, right? All the trades were over $500, $600 each, every trade. So I'm not saying they're huge, but they're decent trades. Decent trades, you know. If every trade you made $500 a trade, you'd be doing pretty good. Now, should we play in FIO, man? This is something I'll watch. Look at that spike down. That would have been nice to buy into that wick. I bought this recently because they like to pump it. See these pumps? I got in on that pump. I didn't know we were going to pump, but I just saw some really oversold. I just bought it over. It's really oversold is what I did. I waited for it to get down here and I said, you know what? I'll get in on that and then I'll sell it when it recovers. Again, this would have been a similar idea for FIO. How low did it go? To 8.5. Now it's sitting there at 8.9. Yeah. Little boring, risky play. Something I did earlier this week just to pull in a little money. Kava. Is Kava bottomed at 172? I mean, we can clearly see there was the bullish divergence. Again, you guys can't say that the bullish divergence isn't where we see it all. Now, today I want to go over what I teach and what I tutor. I see, is anyone new here? I want to make sure everyone's using the system that I'm teaching and they know the system that I'm teaching, right? So the system that I teach basically is you cannot risk more than 1% of your portfolio on any given trade. I don't know if you guys follow that. Are you guys following that? I would like to know if you are or if you're not. Not that I'm not going to hate on you. You can do whatever you want. I just like to know because then I can find out down the road when I see someone having problems or their portfolio is half out the window, And I can say, well, how have you been trading? What have you been doing to mitigate risk? Right? There has to be some type of risk mitigation. Now, for me, there's 3 things I'm doing to mitigate risk. The first thing I'm doing is I'm only risking. Could you check Anchor and Neoboss if you can, please? What up, Winnie? It's been a long time. How you feeling, Winnie? Thank you for coming in. Really appreciate that. Joseph Malaya, could you check out Anchor and Neoboss if you can? ENNE. Is that a typo? 1 to 2% risk trade. Yeah, exactly. It has to be 1 to 2% per trade. Yeah, everything's good. Thank you so much, Winnie. I really appreciate it. Yeah, so basically, 1 to 2% on any given trade. And a lot of people don't understand that. And they don't realize that I actually have an equation for that. Okay? Today I'm just going to do basically a free tutoring session. So this is your time to shine, guys. If you want to learn exactly how I trade, today I'm going to give away a free little session. It's kind of what I do when people want to learn how to trade. This is when someone comes to me and they say, listen, I'm losing tons of money and I don't know how to, I'm afraid to even make the buy button at this point. Like, I'm worried. And I basically have to kind of like sit with them, build them back up, ask them what they were doing in the first place, and then begin to kind of create a plan for them to stick to. Because without a plan, you're basically like a buoy in the water here. So we have the Crypto Lifer trading slides here. And this is really important. Calculate 1% divided by your stop loss. That equals your position size. And then you're also going to use the chart to find out what your stop loss is. So when people tell me their stop loss getting hit, are you just popping open? Are you popping open 3 commas and just kind of making it as you go? Like, oh, I'll lose 10% here. Or are you using the chart to figure out what's going on? You know? So let's take my band idea. Okay. The first thing you have to be doing. Ooh, that's a horrible wick. Hope we don't get one of those. Yikes. Wow, band went to 327. And not too long ago? Earlier today? Wow, that person got lucky. Whoever got in on that. They're up damn near 100% already. Jesus. This is shady business. Anyway. We're going to band on the 4 hour, okay? And the first thing we saw that is... First thing we do is we go to the daily. If you're not doing this, then you're doing yourself a disservice, right? We also want to see the Fibonacci retracement. So you get your Fib tool. Here, I'll show you. This is how I trade from jump. I'm going to give you basically an entire trading tutorial. So here you go. If you think you know this, please pay attention. Because a lot of times I think I know something, but the double study is really where it comes into play. So first thing I do is I draw a fib for myself. I don't usually leave the fib up unless I need it later on. So we're in the 786, kind of in the 706, 70% retracement, healthy retracement. Would like to accumulate here in the 618, healthy retracement though. If we come back down here, it puts us in basically the 706 area, holding on with the 200-day moving average. Double top, came down, finding obvious clean support here at this $5 region, right? So 557, anywhere near 5 for band, in my opinion, is pretty nice. The daily's starting to kind of coil in a way, but that's good. It means that maybe the red will be a little bit, and then usually we're going to find our way in or out of that pattern. So I'm liking what the daily says to me. I like how we're coming off of oversold areas and we're moving up. We're not overbought yet. We have a lot of room to move up before we get into the region where it's time to sell on the daily. So to me, the daily is telling me these are good things. I also see falling price with falling volume, which tells me there's a reversal coming. When the price is going down and the volume's going down, tells me there's a reversal coming. Tells me that this is a nice price for band. Okay, so Now we look at the 12-hour and it says we're about to have a pop. Little double bottom. We're crossing. You could even see some bullish divergence that began right here that kind of started a move that kind of ended this downtrend and kind of put us on this sideways path. And it started right here. So this is really what I do, guys. I look at something and I build stories. I build ideas and stories, okay? Now I'm cool with this. Now I understand something. I know that there was the divergence. I delete all that. And then I just start making my support and resistance lines. I try to use the biggest time frame I can, and then I go to smaller ones after that. Because it helps you just kind of get the larger picture. And I make sure my lines are as precise as possible. And they hit areas that make sense. Okay? I'm taking you through the entire trading plan right now. From beginning to end, which includes the risk management section. Now, I've pulled my fib. I feel confident with where I am. I do keep it up sometimes, but I like support and resistance lines with the fib. Now I look for a pattern. And I build stories on patterns. So here we have a falling wedge. It's cool. Just listen, man. Take a deep breath and just pay attention. I really want you to just take a deep breath and pay attention for a second. So here's the falling wedge coming down. I'm not giving you a trade. I'm showing you how I go through every checklist to trade. This is super important, man. First thing I'm doing is looking at it on the 12-hour, making support and resistance lines, drawing a Fibonacci, understanding where we retrace to, and getting an idea of where support is. Okay? Now look at, there's a falling wedge. We broke out. Here's another falling wedge. We broke out. Just stay with me. Just stay focused. Try not to look at 100 charts right now. Try not to run after the biggest win. Just learn right now. Sit here and focus with me. Please. So here we also have a falling wedge now. Okay. So we broke out. We should break out back to 695. Okay. On the 12-hour. Happened 1, 2, 3 times in a row. Okay. Also, what happened then? Well, the blue line curved while we were coming out of the pink. Like right there. Boom. Blue line curve coming out of the pink. The blue line is curving. We're in the pink. 12-hour. 560. Looking nice. That 555 was your bounce off the bottom of the trend line. 557 was really where you wanted to gobble it up. I was a little preemptive. Now, the 12 hours telling us things are golden, right? Things are rocking for us. So we can stick with that. And remember the daily, I said, it just looks like it's going sideways. Feel like the momentum is over on the downward spiral. Okay? So we have a pattern at play. I'm showing you how to use the equation. I do this all really fast. So to you, you think, oh, but this is what I've been doing it for a year or two now with the system exactly this way. Now we're at the bottom of this trend line too. This would make a double bottom if we come out of it. You can clearly see. So we have even if we hit 20% gains coming if we hit the top of this trend line. So now we have a pattern at play. Okay, and now we can even do this. We can draw this and say, well, if we break out of the pattern, where are we going to go? And that's going to coincide. Well, we'll have a little bit of resistance here at 8. And we're going to have some resistance up here as well when we hit the target at about 9:15. Okay. So this is the big picture of the trade. Now we're going to enter the trade. Now we enter the trade with the 1 hour. Now we look at the 4 hour. Now I don't touch the trade. Now here's my checklist. My checklist is, are we in a bullish pattern? And we represent this by a pattern that breaks out 68% of the time. Yes, we're in a bullish pattern. We break out 68% of the time. Number 2, are we at the bottom of a trend line? Yes. Would have liked to buy at 535. That would have been the bottom of the trend line, but we're close to the bottom. Okay, we're not buying up here in the middle of the pattern. We're not buying up here at the top of the pattern. We're buying close or in the bottom of the pattern. So yes, checklist number 2. Okay, do we see any divergence? Yes, we see bullish divergence. Swing low to swing low, swing high to swing high, especially on the 4 hour, very strong. Do we see the MACD turning in the pink with the blue line curving? We do. We see the MACD curving right here with the blue line about to hit it. This is very bullish to me. Now do we see falling volume with falling price? We do, because if we take the tops of these prices, they kind of are in a falling, and the price is falling as well. We also saw that on the 12 hour. This is my incentive now. My checklist has been complete. We're in a bullish pattern. So the first thing I did was I went through it on a larger time frame and created support and resistance lines as well as a Fibonacci to find out where my support was. Number 2, I built a story using the other previous patterns to kind of show me how much gains came out of the pattern when it broke out. And that kind of gave me, and then I also looked at there was falling volume with falling price. That made me want to go now into the 4 hour and dig deeper. Now the 4 hour showed me bullish divergence. It showed me that the blue line is curving. We're in the pink. And it also showed me that we're in a falling wedge that breaks out 68% of the time. Then I go to my checklist. A pattern is bullish? Yes. Is the blue line curving and in the pink? Yes. And is the RSI in a good place? Yes. It's bouncing off of oversold regions. It's not up here in the overbought region. We never want to buy up here. So that checklist is through. And then we also have hidden bullish divergence on top of all that, which makes things even more bullish to me. Okay? I'm not over. It's not over yet. Now I've decided that I have a coin and something that's in a good place. Everything is working for me. Now we check the 1 hour. We just had a cross in the 1 hour. We may come back down a little bit. You can see, but we may be going sideways. So just something to see. But the 4 hour has far more movement. The 4 hour has far more weight to it. And then you can always just check the 1 minute. And what I check the 1 minute for is for a temporary bottom. If I can establish bullish divergence in some area, which I can establish it pretty much right here. And I'll show you what's going on. As we have a swing low to a swing low here. And we have a swing low to a swing high here. And that usually tells me that we did have a temporary bottom at about 532. Okay. If we can see some more divergence, it would be great. We don't yet, but it would be nice to see it again here. But a lot of times it happens in the bottom. Okay. And that tells me, okay, this may be ending this downtrend here and forming a new trend up. And that's, sometimes I use the 1 minute to make an entry. Just after I've looked at all the other big time frames though. Okay. Now we're not done yet. Now we go back to the 4 hour and we decide where we're going to enter the trade. Normally, hopefully, if we can get it, wow, we got a heavy rejection there. 578 sell down. But if we can get it down here at the bottom of the trend line, then we take our stop loss tool, which is this, and we try to find out where we like to be on the chart. I like to be lower than the lower high here on the bottom. So if I can, try to not get wicked out. But honestly, if it breaks down below this pattern, it negates my trade 100%. So we can move this back because it doesn't need to be there. So I really feel like I only need to risk about 5% on this trade. Now, if things were different, it would be a little different too. But for the most part, I feel like I only need to risk 5.48%. So I take this number now, 5.48, and I put it into the equation that I showed you here. I lost it. Okay. I put it in this equation right here. 1% over the stop loss equals the position size. So we went to the charts, and with the chart, we said, okay, we're going to get in here. Let's just say we're actually doing the trade. We're going to buy at 559. We're going to risk about 7%. let's just say 7%. It says 7.29 because I can't get it perfectly where I want, but 7%. It's about where I want to be on the chart. 6.99. And I'm using the chart to find this percentage. I'm not coming up with it just like throwing it out of nowhere. I'm using the chart, right? And then I'm taking the idea that I only risk. And now my portfolio is 15,000. So that means 15,000 times 0.01, which is 1%, means I can risk 150 a trade. I could times 100 is 15,000. I can make 100 trades before I lose every bit of my money. 100 trades. Now, if you're doing these differently, 2,000, 3,000 here, you're losing 1,000. You could lose 15 trades and lose all your money. If you're losing 500 a trade, you lose 30 trades, you lose all your money. Would you rather make 100 trades, or would you rather make 30 or 15? Now we go back to the equation. Okay, we go back to the equation here. 1% divided by the stop loss equals the position size. So again, for me, 1% is 150. The stop loss was 7%, which is 0.07. And it tells me I can put $2,142 in the trade and still be inside of my risk management, and still be doing proper risk management. So I use this equation every time, and I use the chart every time I make a trade. Sometimes I do it so fast you guys aren't noticing it because I already know what my risk is. I already use the equation. I already have it all figured out. Like I do it all the time. Eventually you'll know it, and it will help you trade as well. You'll be able to trade better. So remember that. So Bitcoin dominance, moving up as Bitcoin moves up. A lot of people may be abandoning their altcoin trades to jump into Bitcoin. And look, Bitcoin pumping, man. As I'm predicting, coming out of this channel, a little bit of a retest here. So it went all the way to 3,459. Now it's at 13,431, but very strong. So I hope everybody at who knew. Thanks for sharing your knowledge, Lifer. Yeah, so basically, that's how I use risk management at all times. What's up, Mo? Hey, Mo, can we go over SMGO for you, buddy? Check out the stock market, see what's going on. So the Dow now down 85 points as Bitcoin pumps. A second day for the Dow to pump and for Bitcoin to make big moves. Let's look at SGMO on a bigger scale. So if I was going to look at it, I'd look at it on the daily, and I'd make some support and resistance lines right off the bat. I'm telling you, man, simple is smart, guys. You guys think, but he's just making lines on it. Yes, but this is how it begins. This is just the beginning. So I got my support and resistance lines now. And I also like to build a story now. You can see that this has peaks and valleys. This stock likes to go up pretty high and then go through some bear motions. So here it peaked up all the way to 19, but it came all the way back down and had some bearish times in August of 2011 here, down at 3, peaked back up, 25, had bearish tones all the way to 3, peaked back up again to 27. So look, each time higher highs though. Now, is it forming a larger double bottom pattern here? This is a double bottom, clearly, which is very bullish. Honestly, every time this comes back down, it likes to make it up to previous highs. So just if I looked at it on a macro scale, you know, we're saying 146% gains back to 27. Okay. Now let's zoom in and see what's really going on. Now on the daily, I even see a bit of a bull pennant starting to form right here. It's a big pattern, so it looks like we may probably come back down to the pattern, 961, or bounce off support here at $10. Still extremely bullish. I would just continuing to buy more if you get 2 more touches of this bottom trend line on the daily. And then this thing may retest and then go. That's kind of what I'm looking at. Now let's look at it on, so the daily looks good, but look at the MACD now. The MACD says, yeah, so the MACD is kind of coinciding with the idea that we're going to come back down to the bottom of the trend line. So look, we came up 1144, we retraced, but we bounced here off the 21-day moving average, which held us. See the white line? There's a reason why the price didn't want to go lower than that. Price loves to come back to the moving average. See, when it's this far, it comes back. When it's this far, it comes back. When it was that far, you knew it was going to come back to the 21-day moving average. Now it's breaking out again. Is that the bottom area? You know, we have to figure out, is it creating support and resistance there? We're going to go to some earlier time frames to really break it down. But on the daily right now, it was about to cross, and it didn't. It has a jump. I think more green histograms come out of this. There's a chance it uses this as a springboard out of the pattern. Really going to be a huge line in the sand here is this area here at 1150, 1148. If it gets rejected there at the top of the trend line, it will probably come back down to 974 area, which would be a great place to accumulate more. Or it'll break out of the pattern. So it's an if and or scenario there. Now let's go further into the 4 hour and see what's going on. Now the 4 hour looks beautiful. So the 4 hour is having a cross, and it's about to cross. Tells you that tomorrow should be a great day for trading for this, because we're all, what, 11:30? So 4 hours from now, we get 1 bar, 2 more bars, 3 bars. Maybe by tomorrow afternoon, we could see if this is either going to decide to break out of the pattern after, you know, a couple more bars. But it's looking really healthy here on the 4 hour. About to have a cross. Do we see any divergences? Let's go to the 1 hour. The 1 hour is a little spent as well. May start to go sideways here, as you can see the MACD's turning. And the 30-minute, no divergence though, which is great. No bearish divergence. These are in line with that. Still looking well. 30-minute and a bit of a bull flag as well. You could say here. Bit of a bull pennant. Again, at the top of the pattern. Come back down to the pattern for a bounce, 1069. So still looking like we may get retraces back into the mid-10s at the lowest high 9s. But I'm still very bullish on this. Very, very bullish on this. A good pickup. A good pickup. 15-minute, healthy as well. Let's just check that 1 minute and see what was going on. Where was the bottom at? And where was, so there's your divergence, your bearish, your bullish divergence right there. You can see we had swing lows on the price, but we had swing highs on the RSI. So that was basically the perfect time to buy, 983. We may retest that one more time right around here, 1040, or back to this main trend line. So that's kind of the story. This is looking very good. On the big picture, man, gains of 146% coming. As long as the Dow keeps going, we don't have a tank on the Dow. Only thing that worries me is I will show you the Dow, and the Dow's got a weekly cross coming. The Dow extending losses on the daily. That will turn pink eventually. And if it keeps going down, hopefully you'll get hidden bullish divergence on the Dow. And that will kind of save it for a moment. Still get crosses here on the weekly. On the weekly, though, the weekly, you're about to have a cross. Last time the Dow had a cross on the weekly, we dumped here. We dumped here. I'll show you the last 4 crosses on the Dow and what occurred. So we had the blue line crossing the green line. The Dow went down 12%, which is not great. No, that's actually pretty big for the Dow. Then we also had the blue line crossing the green line on the weekly, remember? And that went down 18%, right? That was in December of 2018, that little crash we had. Now, we had 2 more little dips. And what's crazy is I haven't seen one time where we haven't had a, look, 7% loss. And if you're not following me here, I'm just going over every time this blue line crosses the red line. And right now, the blue line is freaking going at that red line like it wants to cross it bad. Really bad, actually. So, and here's the other time. I mean, every time, that was 37%. That was the horrible loss in March there. But we also have a double top. Look, top. Those are bearish. Very bearish. So, I'm worried about the Dow hurting a lot of the other stocks and coins. Yeah, I mean, all the other assets in the game. Also in a bit of a, if we took away that horrible V-shaped recovery, the Dow is in a rising wedge, which is also, you know, it's also a bearish pattern. 68% chance of a break to the downside. So the Dow could go down, man. You know, it's not looking healthy to me, right? At least to the bottom of the pattern here at 26,000, which would still be a nice retrace. But the weekly tells us that there's a move for the Dow that's not healthy. And this is why I'm calling for a decoupling. Because when I look at the Bitcoin weekly, We were about to have the same thing happen. We were in track. We had this curve coming, but we eventually we bailed out of it. Look, we got barely any bearish momentum on the MACD. We scaled underneath. We crossed for another big pull up, and now we're probably set for at least a couple weeks of green, right? Because this is the weekly, and we already crossed, and we're not even overbought yet. We will get overbought here. What I want to show you is here we are here, right at the line, okay? And I'm going to show you how much Bitcoin can make from that line. So can we get to all-time highs on this movement here on the RSI? So here we go. So we go up here 18%, right? Interesting. Just kind of judging that area. Now I want to see something. So this is where the Dow was, right? This is where it was when it hit that line. And there was 100% gains coming. Now, if Bitcoin goes up 100% from this line, right? If we were to just take this and assume that we're in a similar position, because why? Well, right here. What I'm doing is I'm taking right where the RSI hit this dotted line and putting a line on it. And it's basically like right around there. And then I wanted to see, it actually made more if I wick it. If I go all the way to the wicks, 164%. If Bitcoin were to do that off the line, where it is right now, just playing the same scenario here, it would easily predict its all-time high, and we would see Bitcoin at 21,792. We're watching Bitcoin, man. He's like Bitcoin moving, but like we're watching Bitcoin live. That funny. It is moving, my friends. It is, and it wants to go back to 13.5. Honestly, it may be time to get into Bitcoin yet again. Look at that beautiful retest. These retests on the 1 minute are just exceptional. Look at that, and there you would know time to get in at 13.4. That's how you know it was setting off to go to 13.5, because it bounced right there off 13.4. You get what I'm saying? And now look at this, man. The most beautiful thing ever. Bitcoin up while the Dow is down. Bitcoin up, Dow down. They're finally decoupling. They're not doing the same thing anymore. They shouldn't be coupled at all for any reason, honestly. They really shouldn't. Now, is everyone doing what I showed you guys on how to trade? Are you guys going through that insane checklist? Are you getting in the habit of using the equation to find your stop loss? Are you in risk management? Another thing we didn't discuss that I should have discussed is I also make sure there's a risk reward ratio, meaning there has to be a better ratio. 2 to 1 is weak to me. 3 to 1 is really the lowest I'll take, meaning that my stop loss and my trade have to have a better ratio than 1 to 1. I'm not going to risk 4 to 5% to make 5%. That's 1 to 1. If I risk 5% to make 10%, that's 2 to 1. If I miss 5% to make 15%, so whether it happens or not, that's fine. But the plan should always make sure that there's a higher risk reward ratio than 3 to 1. You want to get 4 to 1, 4 to 7 to 8 to 1. Technically, if you don't understand what I'm saying, please let me know. I'll explain it really easily. But that's huge that you're doing that as well, because you're computing, why am I going to risk this much? What is the incentive for the risk? If you're not computing the risk, you know. Now I sold Link at 1280. Telling me right now this is a good time. Bottom of the trend line was right there. Look, oversold on the 1 minute. Bam. That was a gift, everybody. Right there was a gift about 15 minutes ago. Apple up today, despite anything. They had earnings, I believe, too. Earnings. October 29th coming for Apple, so we'll see. Lend at 37 even, popped all the way to 38. Cena having strong support in this region. There's slight bullish divergence there. You can see swing low to swing low there. And slight, it's actually really apparent. Look at that, it's like, that's a down, that's a up. Might be time to get into some Lend. We haven't talked about Lend in a couple days. It's been off our radar. CRV breaking. We've been looking at CRV, man. It just continues Continues to move, man. 48 now. Look at it. This looks like Bitcoin the other day. Bottom of the trend line getting propped up on the 200-day moving average. Double bounce here. This is looking really healthy, guys. CRV. Huh. Looks like it's about to break out some more. Let's take the length of this bull flag. Go here. Let's go to 56. Off of 48. Another 16% gains possibly on just a scalp alone for CRV. Let's look at it on the 4 hours. Is it going to roll? Where are we at? 4 hour looks pretty spent, right? Also, you're not oversold yet, but you're getting there. You're getting there. You're on your way. What's the read on gold? Well, I have a chart I've been adding to gold every few days. I got gold charted right here. Interesting too. You should see gold should. Okay, so this is what I have for gold. So I had pulled a Fibonacci on gold. It was in the 618 in the 0.5 Fibonacci region, which is basically the institutional golden pocket. This is where institutions always accumulate. This is where you're taught to accumulate if you work for a big bank or anything like that. Hedge funds, they love the 618 and the 0.5 Fibonacci. And you can see that's where gold likes to rest. Gold really likes to follow traditional market structure. One of the greatest assets to trade because it's going to move a lot. It's going to play patterns a lot. It's going to kind of form similar ideas that you've learned in traditional markets. So anyway, gold bouncing off the 618 here. I said the mid 1800s would be the bottom for gold. I said it on. I sound like a know-it-all, but I trade gold so much, even before I saw the 618. I just felt that was a good place for gold to bottom. And honestly, after hitting 2000 and over 2000, I just didn't see it going back to 1500 like I saw some of the naysayers. Now I see gold in this bull pennant here on the 4 hour bottom of the pattern coming up. I have a basically, oh shit, it's getting messy now, so I'll delete everything. But basically what we're in is a falling wedge. But we broke the trend. We definitely broke the trend. The trend started in August. This is kind of the same as, it's funny, altcoins. Very similar to altcoins. Like, this is when the altcoins were doing well. Altcoins went up, went up, went up, went up. The dollar index was going down as well. I can show you that. And now this is going down. We came out. You can clearly see we broke the downtrend. We broke the downtrend on October 8th. Now we're going sideways, which is in a bull pennant, and we're about to break out. We have two immediate targets for gold. One is out of this bull pennant here, which takes gold up back to its into the 2000 region. It's going to have a little bit of resistance here, obviously, and here. And then when it gets to the daddy spot up here. But this is the initial target. This is the target out of the big falling wedge, out of the bigger pattern. So gold to 2074. That's what I'm calling for, and I'm sticking to it. If we go back to the weekly on gold, the weekly is about to turn pink, and we're about to cross. And when that turns pink, that's basically when the move begins. And I'll show you the last time we were in this place on gold, which is right here, really. I mean, here we had one, but there was no bearish momentum. Here we had one right here, a lot of red histogram, but right here in the pink is where the move starts to move. And even in the last two bars of the histogram that's when you get your two big moves out. That's where the bullish pattern begins. So in my opinion, we're right here. Very similar to here. This was the falling wedge we were in there. And we're about to make another parabolic run for gold. So I see gold turning pink here and starting to move up really, really well. Also, we're not even overbought yet, but we're pinning. We're in a very bullish pattern here. As you can see, the RSI not going below 50. The monthly is getting spent, but that's okay. Tells you we could have a little more room to grow as we broke those all-time highs previously of 1924. So the monthly has got a big of a cup, actually. Will it make a handle and then explode? We'll see. But 3-day is looking really good. The 3-day, which is a very, very strong indicator with a lot of weight. So gold to 2074, I would buy more gold right now for sure. Okay, let's look at DREP. I mean, we call that CRV was a nice take right there. Look, breaking out. What? So if I reload it, it will show my pattern because I drew the pattern. Oh, it got rejected immediately though. What a sell-off. Let's get back to CRV. On the 1 minute. So there, look at CRV on the 1 minute. So we had it in this bull flag. Now it's popping up, but it got a huge sell off. Look, red candle the second it boomed up, but that's usually the retest. I'm telling you, the 1 minute always has a retest. Sometimes it's as sharp as right next to the candle. So it comes up, does a retest, and then it's off to the races. Kind of want to buy that retest. You buy into this wick right here. You buy into this wick, but what you do is you put your stop loss right here. This is how you could leverage trade these. 10x levy. You buy into the wick and you put your stop loss here at 1%, 1.5% if you have to, right here back into the pattern. You play this top of the trend line as your support region. You also see as the moving averages break above your stop loss. That's something that works in your favor. So let's just say we were to make a purchase right now at 49.3, 49, or right where we said we were going to make it, right in the wick. Now, this gets too high for me. The reason is now I can't use the trend line as my blockage of my stop loss. So that's how I miss moves. Like basically I buy bottom of the trend line every time. Look, if you bought the bottom of this trend line with a 1% stop loss, it never would have gotten hit. Never. Here again, bottom of the trend line. Your stop losses won't get hit if you time it perfectly right. You just buy here on the RSI's low at the bottom of the trend line. You couple that with, this is basically my thing. You buy the bottom of the trend line. It doesn't matter if it's the 4 hour, the 1 hour. I don't care what it is. You buy the bottom of the trend line. That's why once you establish it, use the 1 minute to nail it, to absolutely nail it. Now you buy in the pink with the blue line curving, which would be right in this section here. And then you buy RSI oversold. Specifically, if you can find bullish divergence, like right here, we have swing low to swing low. And here we have swing high to swing high. That is bullish divergence. So these are the only times I would make a purchase, right? It has to be in my alignment. And again, it goes back to what I just showed you guys before with my trading plan. So if it's not in my trading plan, I don't touch it. It's just that simple. And I may miss 100 trades. I don't care. All I care about is sticking to my trading plan, becoming profitable. Anytime, anytime. Paul, man, I really appreciate you coming today. It means the world to me, man. It means the world to me. And yeah, so some people say, well, I always get my stop loss. My stop loss keeps getting hit. Are you using my system? And my stop loss still gets hit sometimes. I'll be honest. It's not perfect, right? But all you can do is keep doing these things the same way over and over again. And if you trade the same way over and over again, I'm telling you right now, you're going to start being more profitable. Because you're going to have a trading plan, a system, and you're also going to have risk management. You're going to have all these things working for you. And you can combine it all into one, into a nice package deal that makes you more confident in how you trade. Now look at Bitcoin too. If I want to break it down, I mean, it's in this beautiful head and shoulders. Here's our head, shoulder, shoulder, inverted complex head and shoulder. Clearly. So you can keep just working the patterns too. Just trust in the patterns. Boom. That just gives you a target of, wow. Because it's the 3-day, right? That gives us a target of 19,300. Just out of the inverted head and shoulder, guys. Back to all-time highs. All-time highs are a kick away, man. Guys, we were just at 8,000, 9,000. Right? How long did it take us to go from 9,000? Here. Let me tell you when the all-time highs are coming. Look. I mean, Bitcoin went in 231 days. Bitcoin went up 221%. 220% in the last 231 days. So that means in 100 days, this could easily go up 100%. Easily. I mean, I don't think it's going to take 200 days, guys. I really don't. I think it could take 100 days. Look, November, December, it's 60 days. It could take 70 days. I don't know. November has been historically an amazing month for Bitcoin. November is unreal. And September is historically the worst month for Bitcoin. And that's exactly what we saw. Amazing. Amazing. Right? You can even delete this. And I'll show you something else. To me, Bitcoin was in this pattern here. About to break out. So when you hear people saying a bunch of stuff, just draw your patterns. Play the game. Only thing I have is tunnel vision. Sometimes I'm just too in my own zone. Like I'm not reading what any group, I'm not like I miss pump and dumps and I miss, because I'm not looking at what other groups are talking about. Now we're at clear resistance here, but before we hit that 3.9, so we want to break. That's important that we break $13,931, that previous high. So cool that we're getting close to that high though. Very, very cool. Let's get back into CRV, see what it did. So it got completely rejected for a retrace. A lot of times that's a retrace then, right? Coming back down to the pattern. What's great about this is if this is actually a retrace, and look, now it's bouncing off support. See the support region that I drew? Bounced. So it got rejected there. Look, it bounced off of here as support. Resistance. Bounced off support yet again with the 21-day moving average right there. Interesting. There was your pump though. Off of the bottom, pretty close. This one didn't go to the bottom of the trend line, but you saw the divergence, the bullish divergence. Not a lot of volume though, at all. Look at that. Very little volume. I guess you get good volume on the 4 hour, but all right, so there's more volume. The 1 minute's not going to show it to you that much. So yeah, good volume. Not too bad. Could almost say this was a double bottom playing out as well. Cream doing some things. Interesting. Now, what coins would you want for the bull run, right? I think DOT is a needed coin, honestly, in the bull run. This Nimic, man. Nimic is something I really think you want to put on your radar. I keep bringing it up. It was at all-time lows pretty recently, right? Right there at 1.8. It's since then basically gone up. What is that? 90, probably like 89%, 73% gains since the 21st in a week. So not bad at all, right? OMG. Let's look at OMG. Now OMG is doing something funny. Let's go. Let's look at it again here. So there's the big picture for OMG. Clearly bottomed right here, right? It's almost in an inverted head and shoulders as well, right? If we do it, if we kind of cut this line off here, shoulder, head, shoulder, 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 making higher lows. Clear support right here at $3. Clear support. I mean, that's macro support. Loving that area. Okay. So the 1 hour is all right. Clear support there off that $3 region. So the closer you get to $3, the better. It's kind of like a band buy near $5. Like if you're willing to stomach being underwater or a stop loss for a bit, these seem to be the places where we're pretty close to support region. So, you know, better than buying up here. You know, you're doing yourself a favor by buying down here. This isn't a descending triangle, meaning though that the bottom is pretty flatlined while the price keeps moving down, right? So it's not moving up through the triangle. It's moving down through the triangle, making lower highs, especially on a 1 hour time frame. So technically in a downtrend right now, right? That it started in right here on the 1st of October. So OMG's in a downtrend. It had some pumps, but I didn't notice this until I really gave it a look-see, you know. Is at the bottom of the pattern. Should come back up here to 345. So that's like a nice play, or at least right here. Boom. 5.96% gains. I am holding OMG. I'm underwater right now, though. Bought it a little too early. Now Bitcoin just making a huge move, guys. Showing you who the boss is, who the daddy of the room is. It's Bitcoin. Honestly, I should have made the trade at 12.8 yesterday. I was overextended in Monero, honestly, to be honest. And my obsession with Monero blocked me from being able to get into Bitcoin. But I still like Monero right now. I do. BNB holding pretty well. Band just sitting kind of where I got it at, 558, 561 region. Love watching Bitcoin on that 1 minute as it erupts. But as I said before, guys, it was in a bull pattern, and it's going to be in the bull pattern until it's not, right? It's going to break out until it doesn't. Got to respect it. 13.5. Just completely erupting today. Wow. Ooh-wee. And look at this dominance going up. I bet you it is. 62.75. Look at dominance skyrocketing. So watch your alts, man. Watch your alts. Monero may be like the only alt you really want to be in right now. And BNB. They're going to be pretty impervious to the Bitcoin dominant move, because as dominance goes up, people are going to use the Bitcoin BNB coin to pay for fees. So you have to understand that incentive is going to basically boost the idea to buy BNB coin. So that's the idea behind BNB coin, and that's why it's kind of a hedge. It's kind of a bullish hedge, in my opinion. Am I upset I'm not in Bitcoin? Of course I am. I knew that 12.8 was the buy. I called it out publicly numerous times. Sometimes I tell you guys it because I have capital locked up. I can't make the play. I want one of you guys to hopefully take the play. I'm able to call it out. Not all the time am I able to make the play, right? Now, this was previous resistance here at 62.70. We're breaking above that, so be careful. We're getting overbought now, but no divergence yet. But now look for some people to start selling. They got to take profits. Look at this wick, dude. The 456. These wick. This is on the 1 minute. This is the weirdest thing. So these are orders. They fill orders in the middle of nowhere. Like, that was just look at these wicks, man. So you're a newbie. You get in at 3.5 and you get wicked out in 2 seconds. I don't know why they do that. They still try to respect the 21-day moving average, though, which is hilarious. So that was a nice run up. Nice run up. What happened to the Dow right now? Did the Dow do a pump? Or did the Dow do a dump? It'd be cool if we saw a dump. So the Dow just kind of pumped back too, though, which is interesting. On the 1 minute, did it have a pump? A little bit. A little bit. Not huge, though. Not like Bitcoin. A half a percent. Looking pretty scraggly, really, if you think about it. Bitcoin looking strong. That wick is shady, though. Shady wicking. Shady wicks. Look at that wick. But you know what that wick means. Look at every time we had a big wick down. Price went up. Price went up. Price went up. Price is going up, baby. You know? I love seeing a wick like that. The bigger the wick, the better. Look at that big wick. Look at that. The bigger the wick, the better. That's buy pressure like you read about. Look at all those wicks. People want to push it. They try to wick this, but this wick is bigger than that wick. My wick is bigger than your wick, buddy. You're not going to beat me. It's not going to happen, though. You know? Cody dumping. Yeah, be careful with your alts today, guys. DOT may be impervious. We've seen that before. We've seen that happen with DOT before. That day, that's how I knew to long DOT, is when Bitcoin went down hard, but DOT didn't. And I said, that's pretty strange. So look for DOT to pop out of this bull flag. Send it back over close, damn near to $5. Immediate short term, DOT looks very, very bullish. 487. Remember though, it's a little spent on the daily. A little spent on the 2 hour. A little spent on the 4 hour. And the 1 hour tells you you're going to get a little more rippage. So I think maybe you get back up here to get rejected again. 47 rejection, something like that. 1 hour is in a bit of a bull flag. Let's look at the 1 hour and give it what it's worth. So hit the bottom of the trend line, came back up. Will it come back down here? 467 for a move up. It's possible, but we do have the 21-day moving average holding it up. Just give you your temporary target on the 1 hour for DOT. $5.20 on the 1 hour. Look for that to turn pink in the blue line of curve. Boom. So I'm bullish on DOT right now. Again, though, it's going to retrace back down. After it hits 520, I think it's going to retrace back down to like 480, 475. It's going to respect this 475, 498. Yeah, somewhere in here. Between this 474, these two tops here. If you miss this run, I have a good feeling that it will come back down into this region. Somewhere in here. That's my call on DOT. You can load up again. But $4 DOT, I think you're done, man. Never get $4 DOT again. Not unless we have like a huge market tank. Not happening. So we laid it out really, really clear on this show. If any coin we were about, we showed you how to play DOT perfectly. Link broke out but got rejected here because you know why? Bitcoin made a move and dominance freaking scared everybody off. So there you go. So you got to look for a coin that's just really down in the dumps. Sol 173. Kind of looking at Sol. Look at that. Inverted head and shoulders. They all played out. Almost every one of them. Basically all you had to do is play that inverted head and shoulder. Sol. Short in the market. Still looking pretty good. Look, if you look at it on the daily, man, you got bullish divergence right there. See it? Tells you this is about to rocket, and that's the that's shorting the S&P. Theta, after all-time highs at 80, coming back down, forming this bull flag here. Looked like it was gonna rip, but then little incentive. But Theta, man, watch this bull flag. Maybe get down here at 55. Looks like it'd be a nice little tasty bite for Theta. And let's take a look at Monero and how it's moving compared to the rest of the market. So my target for Monero is still strong here, up at 162. It is breaking out and it's looking good. Little sell-off slightly, but about to have that cross here on the daily. So the daily's still looking really good for Monero. I'm sticking on this chart on the daily for Monero, watching this cross. I think it's going to hold pretty well against dominance and against Bitcoin because it's the only privacy coin, most famous privacy coin, and it's getting attacked by the RS. So that's putting it in the spotlight, which makes it more valuable. Interesting, right? As Bitcoin continues to pump, continues to bull flag itself out. Now look, you're this far away, you can always take profits here. Always take profits here and be happy because you're this far away from the 21-day moving average. And whenever you are, like here, you can take profits, man, because the price is going to come meet it again somewhere around here. 444. Like if you sell here, in my opinion, you're all right. Or you sold it. Some people sold the top right here. They're lucky guys. 13,590, right? Basically 13,600. Now we're going to roll over on the 1 minute. We got overbought as well, right? And there you even see you got your, you got your little bit of bearish divergence too. Which tells you that this run is over for now. For now. And this is it. The 1 minute will really keep you in line, man. And unless it's going parabolic, like, which is possible, very possible. Like, let's look at it now. And now what you have to do is just draw the parabola. And if it, once it breaks the parabola, it's over. Like, see how simple this stuff is, guys? So now it's in a parabola. As long as the parabola stays intact, this is a healthy move, right? The second the parabola breaks and the price starts going this way, then that move is over. The price doesn't like to get that far away from the 21-day moving average as well. So remember that. But we can see the last run up, it can go, it could be right here and it can still get another leg up. So it's right around here now. See the V? There you go. So I'm very, very bullish on Bitcoin. Extremely bullish on Bitcoin. I did lose though. I was up 40 bucks in Monero. Now it's only 7, but I'm still up 55 on the initial purchase, the 850 purchase. Which is like anything above 5%, you should really start taking the profits on days like today. Unless you're building a long-term holding in a coin, you know, or you want to hold it like BNB. Look at this pump. This is unreal. I went ahead and took my profits at 13.5. Hey, that's a beautiful thing to do, man. I really like that you did that. Don't worry. That's not a bad thing. That's great. You see me sell all the time, man. Selling is great. Putting another green back into your portfolio is great. BTC up 9% right now. Killing them. Basically was the play right there on that bullish divergence. 1640 right now. BTC up. Let's see how, if he didn't get stopped out of that 9.8 on link up, my man Sulo will be killing him right now. 1102. And it's coming back down though. Let's see if dominant's taking a hit. I'm in BTC up. When did you get into BTC up though? Here we go, back to 600, man. Wow, so it just spiked to 630 just now. This thing is ripping. This thing is gone. It's gone, man. And just like that, 400 bucks around 8:30. BTC up. That's dope though. 812, 815. So there's 830 right there. So that would have put you in around 1590. Yeah. Yeah, man. Plug power, baby. Told you, man. Plug booming, dude. It's about to go up even more right now. Look at this. Plug's about to fly. Plug and Bitcoin are moving, so maybe they're correlated, man. But Plug's in this bull flag. And look, there's your bullish divergence on Plug. Swing low to swing low. Swing high to swing high. That tells you it's time to buy right now even. I would double in on Plug right now at 15. Yeah, this thing's going to go up more. I would sell at 24, and then you can kind of make another decision of what to do then. Okay, cool. Hey, man, I'm here to make you people happy. DREP. So, this is what my man saw on DREP. Hidden bullish divergence on DREP. But with all this stuff going on right now, 1 hour looking a little all right. 4 hour looking great with the bullish divergence on the 1 hour. So DREP is looking like it's a buy right now per my system. My system likes it. We're in the falling wedge. We're in the falling wedge, right? Seem like we're starting to break out. We're in the pink. We are hitting right off of previous support, which look, resistance, resistance, resistance. And now it's support once there. And we're bouncing right up here. I'm not even going to say anything, but that's just too loud. Anyway, so DREP. Sorry it took me so long to get to DREP, Amit. Yeah, but it looks good. We go to the 30-minute. We even have really exaggerated bullish divergence here on DREP. We haven't seen it like this in a long time. Here it's falling down, but it's pretty flat. Here it's falling down, but it's pretty flat. Here's the last place we saw it that was like this apparent. Coming down here and moving up. What were the gains that you could have had out of it on that move there? 26%. So DREP looking good right now. I'll take more profits if it hits 13,700. Okay. Okay. I think it's going to freaking 13K is 16K, man, in my opinion. So, but there's your rejection. Let's look at it on the 1 minute. Did we break the parabola? We're coming off of it. Now, see, now we're hitting the parabola. Either we break it or we bounce off of it. In association with the 21-day moving average. So that's strong support. So this has to curl up. We got overbought. And there is your bearish divergence. See, look, swing high to swing high. And these are pretty flatlined, almost down. So that's bearish divergence right there, folks. And that tells you that it was time to get out of your trade. If you're in BTC up, time to get out of the trade, you know? In my opinion. Just in my opinion. I could be wrong. There's the bounce. But now it's starting to break the parabola. See it? Like, you can just see that it's starting to break the parabola. It's okay. It's okay. But this is how you learn how to trade. Using the 1 minute on, and look, you would have gone in. There was really no divergence, but you would have got in close to the oversold region, and then here's again RSI trading. Buy oversold, sell overbought. Like, it's just simple, man. Buy oversold, sell overbought. You know? Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And now look at this too. Fine. Sometimes you don't get oversold, but you better be finding your patterns. Look at this. Inverted head and shoulders. Shoulder, head, shoulder. You know, that's going up. That's what we teach. We teach it all the time. You know, we play that pattern every day. Now it's bouncing off of the parabola now. You see this? So incentive maybe to just raise your stop. Just keep using the parabola as your stop. Like, so maybe your stop was right here. It's not easy, man. It's not easy. And selling the top isn't perfect. Selling the bottom isn't perfect. We want to see dominance cool off though. So this money now that came in can flow into the other coins. You know? So that's the hope and that's the plan here. I want MONERO to take some of this market share and keep it moving. So now it needs to go sideways for this to not be bearish. It's got to go sideways. It's got to hold this support region right here where price just hit and got rejected by. Even right here is a nice spot. Trying to see what pattern. I mean, you could almost say it's a double top, but it's slanted. Let's go back to that 4 hour though. The 4 hours just began. Just began, man. Usually we get at least 4 or 5 of these greens, so we're just starting out. Now let's look at our target on the 4 hour. So we're looking healthy all around. Whatever this says, I'm sticking to it because that's how bullish we are right now. So 15.3. $15,330 coming in for Bitcoin. We hit 15,000. It's kind of like we might as well be at 20K at that point, right? a lot of accounts that are all-time highs. A lot of people that were underwater are above water at that point. Yeah, very bullish scenario. Yo, people really just keep loving the stock market. Like, they don't realize how fragile it is, how connected it is to the monetary system. I love the stock market, and I'm not saying you can't make money in it, but it has an Achilles heel. Deutsche Bank, the Fed, like, it's attached to a very greasy wheel that has to keep getting greased or it's going to fall off, and it's not in a good place. Crypto is completely kind of free, man, in a way. I mean, someone could say, okay, you have to go in and out, but at one point, people are going to want to take crypto instead of the dollar. When the demand changes, and you never even have to sell out of your fiat ever again, that's going to be the day. That's going to be the day for sure. You know, I'm just a little upset I didn't long Bitcoin at 12.8 like I told all my subscribers to. I was involved. I had my MONERO obsession came in too early, and then I had to make the call for you guys. And I don't like jumping in and out of stuff. Like, I like to stick to what I'm into, you know. But I'm up on MONERO right now, you know, a good $80. I could close 3 trades today and take 130. Small wins though. I'm not used to the bigger wins. I've been playing it easy, you know. Made some really good trades the last couple weeks, and I don't want to give the money back, you know. I want to just keep chipping away and get ready for this bull run. I like DREP right now. I just think we got to wait a bit to see what happens to it, but it's all right. We identified the bullish divergence spot. Really good job, Hadouken. Thank you. The greatest teacher on YouTube. I really appreciate that. Now, he's saying he probably put $400 in the trade. Like, he probably made $40 is what he's saying. You know. But Muser, man, we want to make sure you're chipping away as well. Really, really important. We get you chipping away. So, I'd rather you not lose anything right now. Right? And get ready for just the best possible trade in the next couple of days. If you make 3 good trades this week, it's going to be better than making 10 and losing 7, or, you know. I had $400 laying around. Sounds like you got it from unemployment. $400 is exactly. How is Bitcoin going to react to the elections in a week? Well, it's good that we're getting a base here, so no matter what happens, if we take a hit or we don't, things go well. I'm looking at waves right now. The 4 hours looking tasty. Bouncing off the top of the trend line. Seems like it's forming new support. Right? I had $400 lying around. Cha-ching. Yeah, I definitely think it's going to be a big November. November's always been big for us in the crypto space. SLV looking really good too. Nice trade. Look like you got 36% out of this. So SLV, man, looking really nice. Sand. When is the time? I was obsessed with sand. I thought sand was going to do it. I saw at the end of this trend line we're bubbling up. Sand, you disappointed me, man. You really did. Now I don't want to think about you, you disgusting coin. But look, the 4 hours looking nice. Dude, we're going to get so much money. We're going to get airdropped our SPAC. We get to use our Boston accent #1 with our SPAC tokens. Dude, you get your SPAC tokens from your XRP, dude? Dude, I got my XRP SPAC tokens. Did you? You used the toolkit to get your SPAC tokens off your XRP, dude? Yeah, sand is dead to me, man. Same too, like, right? When it just, like, never works out, you just, like, don't want to trade a coin anymore. You're like, get out of my life. But 4 hour in the falling wedge, breaking out 13%. Let's go back into our tactics and see if we see our bullish divergence here anywhere to establish a downtrend, the end of the downtrend. Nothing really there. Nothing really there. There it is right there, though. So there was our bottom. Crazy how you can establish a bottom by using divergence every time. I mean, there it is. Let's go to market cipher. We should do a market cipher scan. Scan for green dots and just tell me when to buy. Wow, look how dark. I've never seen the money line that red in my life. Look at that. Ugh. But that tells you you buy in there. You ever see a money line that big again, you buy into it, honestly, because it's got to turn green eventually. But look at sand, just all red on the money line. Told you the bottom right there. 36,514. Clear bottom right there for sand. I'm gonna leave it alone though. It's kind of dead to me too. Ren double bottoming here. Interesting. With a green dot. Green dot on Ren right now. I was telling you that you should buy Ren right now. Should do an experiment and buy green dots only. Just like constantly buy the green dots, you know. Like I kind of want to sell my balancer and move it into Ren right now on this green dot. Let's see if I have a green dot on balancer as well. Bitcoin, man, really wants 600. Amazing. Yeah, no green dot. So the green dot was here. Now there could be more. This could go down even more. Interesting. On the daily, it told you this is when to long it though. Right there it was kind of now. It's giving you a green dot now. That first green dot make you some money? It did. It would have made you a lot of money actually. I can't see. You guys probably think it's messy. I just damn. So the last green dot would have made you 33%, and we get a green dot right around where we're at right now for balancer. Yeah, sometimes you got to cut off a trade, man. No, Bitcoin has legs, man, for days. Look at it. We went over it on the 4 hour. It's looking great. Looking great. Look at this. Stochastic's getting pretty high, though. Remember that. We just had a cross, though. And the stochastics can kind of round out. They can stay up here. Money line looking pretty green. Momentum of the move is looking good. Those bearish divergence that kind of just got pushed out the way. Yeah, we got a target here of 15,500, man. So think about it. It played with 13K on a day. It played with 13K on a day when the Dow was tanking. And now we're sitting here at 13.6 today. That's insane. We're decoupling, man. We're decoupling, and we don't have to, you know. And this will, if we look at the daily, it's going to tell you when the long, I told you, it says the long Bitcoin on this green dot at 10,100. Look at that. You'd be up 30% in 2 months. It's not bad. Not bad at all. Hey, if a lot of us just put our whole accounts in at Bitcoin at 10,000 and we did no trading, we might be up. You know, might be up even more than if you just stopped trading at all. Yep, Link boomed with a little retest, starting to make a move out of this little channel that it was in. That's got a target. 1, 2. Yeah, about to hit the target though. 1240. Might be an incentive to sell. Litecoin, man. I'm really liking Litecoin here. Let's change this back. I really like Litecoin here. Say it again. Strange move there, but that was probably following the Bitcoin move. We take that out. Litecoin's just in a bull flag. About to break out. quick gain up to 58. Nothing huge, but I like Litecoin. I like Matic too. Look at Matic in a head and shoulder pattern here. Shoulder, head, shoulder. About to bust out. Same pattern here, down here as well. Matic, man. Kind of bottoming out here. Let's look for bullish divergence. Didn't really have it, but it just sometimes it just gets oversold. Not every time do you see the divergence. I just clear overselling. I guess we'll see it here though. No, look. Just an obvious oversold point. That was your low, 1.5 for Matic. And it's our second low here. It's really kind of the lowest you'll see it. Matic, man. Fill. Interesting. See, I see it filling this double bottom. I mean, head and shoulder pattern there. It broke out. Now it's kind of in a cup and handle. Let me show you that. See, the faster you are with identifying the patterns, the quicker you can make a trade. You got to be able to see this stuff immediately. So cup and handle, man, this is looking good. You know how to get the target for the cup and handle is you pull this to the base. You pull this out. I usually slant it up a little bit and make a move. Boom. $51% coming out of this thing. Dude, look at that. That's a cup and handle, guys. Hit the lower bottom. Up a lot already, though. Let's go to the 1 hour. Ooh, the 1 hour looks tasty. Sideways. We didn't get a lot of momentum, but we're now holding support. This little here, look, resistance, resistance. Bounced off of it as support. Support, support, support. Do we come back down to the bottom of the trend line here at 30.78, or do we hold this and break out? That's the question. You know, do we move this line up and do we say it was like this? This was just a collapse. We broke back into the pattern. I kind of like this idea here, and to say that we're at the bottom of the pattern now. Such a new coin up, going sideways on the MACD. These are good. Going sideways tells you that your stop loss won't get hit as well. You don't have a lot of momentum to go up and down. It's kind of just trucking along here. Interesting. 5 minute as well. This thing does spike up really quick. Looks like you better have your targets taken. Your take profits on. And looks like you're either going to get hit with them or hit without them, you know. Uni popping. Yeah, let's look at the 1 hour now. Yeah. And see, this cup and handle is looking pretty strong. 56% gains out of fill, man. Something to look at, man. Looking really strong on this 1 hour. 2 hour looking great. 4 hour looks like it's going to roll over, but this is a new coin, so it doesn't get a lot of momentumous ideas here. I would stick to the 1 hour and the 2 hour. The 2 hour is looking really good. What have you guys been talking about? It was bullish divergence on the 1 minute. Sorry, pamping on fill. Sorry, pamping. Uni popping. $286. Yeah, but you can see, look again on the 2 hour. Just all what I teach, guys. Head, shoulder, shoulder. There it is, man. We've seen at least, how many head and shoulders have we seen break out in the last 2 weeks? Like how many, guys? It was head and shoulder season. They were selling shampoo, man. 6.9% gains coming out of this inverted. Oh my God, that's such a cool little suit. Where'd you get that?
It didn't fit
I love that. Let me see that. Is that like a Tron? Come here.
No, it's
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Let me see. Come here, come here, come here. Look at this, guys.
Spider-Man suit. Spider-Man suit.
She's in this like suit.
It's a Spider-Man suit.
She's in this awesome suit.
It's a Spider-Man suit, okay?
Okay, cool, babe. You're getting huge, man. You grow every day.
See the back? Look.
Wow. So cool. Uni is starting to make a move, though. Look at it in the last few minutes. I like to take my ruler. 23 minutes, 3% gains. Uni. Look for it to go over 290, and once it breaks 290, that's going to be resistance for Uni and send it on its way. Look at this. A giant head and shoulder. Head, shoulders. See it? Look at it. Play that, guys. Play that. That even has a bigger pattern at play if I take this out. That puts Uni all the way up. 316. And it would break this previous support region, but it may have some issues right here. Uni, baby. Cody moving. Guys, Cody is moving. I'm just trying to piss you off. Guys, Cody is the one moving. It's not, it's, wait, no, it's, wait. I know I'm just messing with you. I just wanted to see you go, no. I'm a jokester, man. Guys, Cody is moving. Cody is doing all right, though. The 5 minute, it's in a bull flag. Or in a, basically a symmetrical triangle. About to break. DOT, we got it here, breaking out of this bull flag and going to 520. We're sticking to it. Four hours says, though, it's going to roll. Or it's going to have to do a double hill. So that's it. Doc, I gave up on Doc, man. People don't care about it anymore. I don't know. Nice bottoming out, though. Bit of bullish divergence there on the 4 hour, though. Tell you, that's time to buy Doc. Right now. At 9/11/16. Right? It was a powerhouse at one point, and then look at it, what happened to it. They took these coins all the way to the moon, only to tank them down. They're going to have to run all the way up again. Now I'm not as convinced. You know, there they had September. They had all this news coming in. Danforth testnet, September 3rd. I wrote it all the way, man. I made a good $6,000 off of Doc. So, thanks, Doc. No, don't use it. Exactly when you give up, it gets ready for a pump. I know, it's possible. Yeah, I know, I said it. Bullish divergence. You can see it right here. We said it. We called it out. So, DOT, 481, man. Ripping. Ripinos. About to break out. Look at that. There it goes. There's the cross and the breakout on the 1 hour. That's all you got to do. BNB ripping as well. BNB just did a nice rip. So did MONERO. MONERO taking a nice move. Band starting to move. So now things are all starting to move in my flavor. You know, 560 band, man. We went over that really. We spent like 20 minutes on band today, but no one. I feel like you guys don't trust my calls, man. Or you do. Some of you take them blindly. I do want you to make your own calls. That's the whole idea. But just make sure you're sticking to the system. That's why today I felt the need to go over the system. Oh yeah, Jesse, we went over the system really well today. Like we went over like kind of like we basically gave everyone a free 1 hour tutoring. You know, we just like really went over what to do. Yeah, like I gave them I basically just went over everything because I felt like too many people are just like not following the system. Like they're lifers, but they're not following the system, you know, or they're forgetting parts of the system, or they're not writing the system down. And I could be wrong, but I can tell. I can tell by language. I can just tell by my stop loss keeps getting hit. Yeah, that would be awesome. I should like pull that out and actually make it a video for the channel in the educational place. Because I have so much education that's hidden inside of these live streams. If I made it like a watchable library, it'd probably help my channel get way more hits. So I need to do more. I need to do way more for the channel. Way more. When did I talk about it? Here, let me timestamp it for you if I can. Doing its thing. Oversold. Crossing the green line on the weekly. Remember? Bottom of the trend line getting propped up on the 200-day back at $9. And you don't want to buy until you see the green line crossing and all that. It will be a 1-to-1 ratio. In one more week from now, technically 6x your money. You know what? 95% of them get filled. I know you all want to know, is it a good time to get into band or not? At 555, band just took a bit of a fall. Right here at 155. Okay? Right around here. We're at 155. I basically just break it down. You know? And I went through exactly how I trade and why I trade and how I do it. Yeah. 155 right here. What I'll do is I'll even I'll throw that into the Telegram for you. I'm attempting to fast today all day. I haven't had anything to eat yet. Not even a sip of water, but I will drink water. Okay, cool. I know, I'm going to go drink like a bunch of water. I drink a lot of water. I pee at night though, man. Phil Pamping? There it goes. There it goes. I'm just focused on Monero right now. I'm so focused. I'm just so focused on Monero. I don't want to lose my Monero moves. So that's the idea. If it breaks above this trend line, though, it's on like Donkey Kong for Phil. Look, boom. It's going to go all the way up here. And clearly, there it goes. 3.4% gains. Nice scalp action. Now it's just got to break this level of resistance here. Then it's got to break this level. And then it's off to the moon. Like that. Boom, dude. Love watching those candles. Well, getting overbought now. Oh yeah, this is the handle of the cup. So this is basically where you would buy the break of the handle, you know, where the handle begins to break. Perfect entry here at 35, honestly, because you look at the 4 hour or the 2 hour, we said we liked better. Huh. I got no capital, so I can't deploy. I can't deploy any capital. I'm locked up. Locked up, man. And I like what I'm holding right now. Monero, BNB. I'm big positions. Fat positions in Monero and BNB. Good luck to you, my friend, on this trade. I'm not taking it, but it doesn't mean I don't love it, and I don't think it's amazing. I think you're going to actually do really well on this one. 1 hour looks amazing. Look at it. Muser is going to kill that. Kill it for me, man, because I wish I had money to put in there. But I don't. Yeah, I want to see a 3 commas post in the next day or two with money. Yep, Bitcoin ripping to 13.8. I think Bitcoin will get to 13.8. Yeah. Yep, there's bearish divvy on the Bitcoin dominance. Especially on the 1 hour. Great. Thank goodness. Cool off, man. And it hit the same place it did before. Basically pretty much resistance and got rejected at resistance. Which is good. Now Bitcoin's going to cool down a little bit. See, it broke the parabola. See? See the parabola move? Now it broke the parabola. Now what you do is you form the bull flag. And you see how long it's going to be in this. To me, the fact that it's coiling up, I feel like this is about to pop again. And then you just keep making targets with the poles. Okay? Boom. And then boom. 13.8. ETH up might be a good play because ETH is getting pounded now. Let's take a look at ETH. That might be the last thing we talk about here because, yeah, ETH looking nice now on a bull flag. Almost an ascending triangle, you know. Look at that. About to come out to the pink, curling out. Boom. 415 for ETH. So we 3x that on the up token. Yeah, get 3% on ETH up. Let's look at ETH up. 21. Yeah, ETH up looking good. Let's look at on the 2 hour. Just had a cross though. 4 hours about to have a cross. So ETH up is looking nice. I'm with you. Bouncing off of oversold region. So you have this way up to get to overbought. Coming out of a bit of a head and shoulders. Breaking out. It's in even a bullish pattern. Look at the big pattern it's in here. Get rid of this. Boom. Come back down to the bottom here though at 1754. Possible. It is breaking up. But there's the pattern that I see. It could come back down to the bottom of the trend line. Is ETH in the same scenario? Pretty much. Or could we have said ETH broke out? You also see a diamond pattern for ETH. Isn't that funny? The diamond always rings true. If it comes in from the bottom, it leaves out the bottom. It's crazy. Came in from the bottom, left out the bottom. It's a deranged diamond, but it's there. If I do this, it's even more apparent. ETH broke out? What are you talking about? I mean, yes and no. In the 4 hour, it's about to rip. Yeah, I'm out of here, guys. 3 hours is a long time. I mean, I don't think ETH broke out yet, technically. It broke out up here, 486. We need to get back up there. You know, that's when it will break out. See that? All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Yeah, we'll check out dominance real fast. Doing good, though. We just checked on it. It was tank. Remember, it hit this level here and was getting rejected. We go to the 1 minute, falling down. Doing well. Probably going to go sideways now. So it got rejected at that height. 62.82 came back down. Look at the 1 hour. It's like we had bearish divergence, too, about to play out. So it's doing good, man. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Mo, you're still here. I cannot believe that. I never knew you were still there. I love you guys so much. I really appreciate the support. I'll be back for another video tomorrow, giving you my market analysis and trying to save you guys money and keep you in the game. Remember to use proper risk management. If you need to be tutored, I do tutoring for $50 an hour. Let me know if you're in my Telegram group. If not, you're a random person. I do $100 an hour. If you join my Telegram group and I see you're very active, I will give you a 50% discount. So let me know. Love you guys and have a wonderful day. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. And remember, if you came to my channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Have a wonderful day. Be safe. I appreciate it. And remember, crypto is life.